Hi.
Hi.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to the Barrel Roll post-credit show.
You know what the worst part is? I have to find all the past cast stuff again.
What do you mean?
I don't know where I stored it.
What do you mean by
On your computer.
Drive. It's on the drive somewhere. But
Google Drive is pretty phenomenal.
it is. I can type it. And my naming system is usually pretty on point for stuff.
On your
So,
computer.
past cast. I should look that up, but then I have to change stuff because all the images around the logo were from last year's movies.
And the pictures.
That's what I mean. Like all the pictures and stuff
Yeah.
were from.
Have
last
fun
year's.
this week.
Thank you.
You've got free time though.
Yeah, I can do it after. I can do it after Christmas. I'll do it. You know, that'll be my boxing.
Don't
day.
play any games.
That'll be my boxing day.
Don't play
I
any
need to
games.
play
Hey,
Spider-Man.
I consider Photoshop a game.
Sometimes
It
it
can
really
be.
is. If you between After Effects and Photoshop.
Between that and like Planet Coaster, it's almost the same thing. It's like I'll just move this over here and place this thing there.
What
and
you don't want? What you don't want to try and learn Blender? Some more?
No. I learned Blender to the point where I'm done with blenders.
I hear it's like a game trying to learn how to play it.
You know what? Honestly, if I had the time to sit through tutorials that were like how to make a bowl, you know, like
In Blender.
Yeah.
very basic stuff, I think it would be a lot easier.
I'm actually surprised how difficult they make it.
It's really not. It's difficult if you're trying to do one thing because you have to watch like 12 tutorials and only little bits of tutorials to figure out how to do certain things. The actual program itself is really sharp, but you have once you know how to use it. So that's my problem is I never learned how to use it.
get on that.
Oh, sorry. I'll open up our big chat so we can actually read without squinting at a screen.
What?
Wow, see?
There you go. There you
Yes.
go.
Like I say, once you're into it, I think it's a lot
Blender's fun.
easier.
You can do it.
I could do it. It's just a matter
The
of
week after.
Well then.
and then back to work.
Yeah.
No, it's one of those things where I think, if I watch enough stuff, I'll eventually.
You'll get it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just a matter of do I want to? Because I have
Yes.
to spend enough time doing
answer is
like
yes.
if I'm gonna do anything for our channel, it's like, oh, I'll make new graphics, I'll make new this, I'll make
Yeah.
new that, and you know, I'll be in Discord. Aw, you're the best, Jake.
Yes, welcome to the Barrel Post-Credit Show.
Where we talk about games we've played, movies we've watched,
We did.
and other assorted nerd stuff we've done. I'm Nick.
I'm Tony.
I'm Chris.
I'm Brian.
Ah,
we're still here.
I've done absolutely nothing this week.
Oh, that's no good.
Yes, you have.
You guys played...
We played some games.
Yes, you have.
All of my stuff from this list came down to this list.
So then just repeat.
I'm going to. I got one new thing. I made sure I got
Go,
one
go
new
do
thing.
do your new thing.
Hold on. I'm gonna check
What's
really
your new
quick.
thing?
to-
Wait, someone else can go if you want.
Yeah,
to
you
think
guys,
about
you
that.
guys, you
What
guys.
have you
go.
guys
I'm
been
gonna-
up
You
I just
go.
have two
You haven't
new
been
things.
here in a while.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't do a whole lot of stuff.
You went to Anaheim.
Okay, so I
Life
went to,
experiences, Tony.
I went to
Life
Anaheim.
experiences.
Anaheim was...
How was Disneyland, Tony?
I didn't go to Disneyland.
Oh, got you out.
I didn't go to Disneyland.
That's not what you said earlier.
No.
Oh,
nice try.
nice try.
So no, I went to Anaheim last week for Pokemon
Yes.
Regional Championships in Anaheim. It was fun.
Judging or participating?
Judging.
You got to play some though, which was kind of cool.
Yes, so I got to play in the Western side's first Professor Cup, which is a tournament that is exclusive for professors and judges of a higher caliber. You have to be a certain level to get into this tournament. You can't just sign up to be a professor and go.
Oh.
No,
You're out.
you're not that cool. Yeah, it's the cool people only.
Fine.
It's the cool people only tournament,
I'm kicked out of another group.
and it was just one of those tournaments.
You can leave.
Goodbye.
And you are the weakest link.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
I'm just kidding. Stay.
Stay.
We love you. Don't cry. You've been here for so long. Don't go.
This is your first time crying.
Not
Here,
at all.
here.
Here.
My first ever. Wow, that's impressive.
Record. So yeah, we were instead of making a regular 60 card deck like you normally would, you make a 40 card deck, commons and uncommons only, and Pokemon can evolve into anything.
What?
Basically.
Wait.
So you can have a Charmander that evolves into a Squirtle.
That makes no sense.
It's
No, isn't it Charmander into Wartortle?
Oh yeah, Charmander
You
into
can't go
Wartortle.
across.
No, you can't go across.
Go up.
But that makes the game way different because there are
Really
actually
good.
good, powerful Pokemon that are uncommon that you would never play normally.
Weird.
Of course, I did dismally because apparently I didn't think outside the box enough.
You're
Yeah.
a good judge.
Eh, it is what it is.
Not a player, apparently.
Apparently, not a good player.
Yeah, but especially with a weird format, like
Yes.
you're not.
Yeah.
And what else would? And so there was like a 5-round tournament for that day, and I guess what happened in round 2 was they turned the lights off
What?
and they turned them back on to make sure that we were all paying attention. And there were fortune cookies in front of us.
We do that as elementary. That's an elementary school.
It is
teacher
totally
training.
a thing.
I don't do it because
I was
chaos,
wondering where you're
chaos
going with
reigns
lights
in
on.
that 5 seconds.
They
of
just
the
wanted to
light
get
being
our
on.
attention.
I
So,
was
the
wondering
first
where you're going with that.
and so we had
myself.
fortune cookies in front of us, and they're like, "Open your fortune cookie." And some of them would be like, "Oh, you know draw 3 cards or something on the start of your
Oh.
turn and use it for that one time." Other people were like, "You can put
You lose a turn.
you can put 30 damage on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. Go." Other one was
That's how I like to do it, to throw things at people.
other ones were like, "You have a booster pack in front of you. Open it and put a common or uncommon onto the field." I'm like, what? And some other people got ones where it was every time you play a card for the rest of your turn,
Yep.
you have to precede it with "I am a professor," like literally shout it out.
I am a professor.
I am a professor. I play Ultra Ball.
All right.
It was just a fun day. It wasn't a serious tournament. I mean, for some people it was.
Yeah.
Because if you ended up winning, you got a free trip to the next international champions tournament, paid vacation, paid accommodations, flight, position,
Wow.
everything.
Why did you not win this?
Apparently, I didn't want a trip to Australia that bad.
Well, no, a lot of things can eat you there.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that think you're edible in Australia.
I'll go. To
Spiders will eat you.
I'll go to Australia. I'll fight them.
We had a friend who went there for what, 3-4 years?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
He
knew-
came back okay.
as far as we know.
My friend,
Yeah,
my
we
friend
don't
went
know.
there for.
Why
a
are we
couple-
saying Ross has been to Australia? He's been on the show.
My buddy Alan went to Australia for a couple of years too.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, like it was just a
Apparently
really cool.
it's summertime there right now.
It's summertime
yeah.
all the time.
Yep.
Do you know? Okay, so their Christmas tradition. Fun fact: they actually do like a picnic lunch at the beach. That's
Oh,
like
really?
the
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, that's nice.
I I want to go now.
because I studied like I
Well, you
studied
should have
Christmas
won
from
that
around the
tournament.
world sort of
I
thing.
should
and
have
looked at a
won
bunch
that
of things.
tournament. You're right. I should have won that tournament.
A large part of Asia's like Christmas is fun because we get to shop.
Yeah.
They like to shop. They like to dress up.
Yeah,
They like
like
to,
they like the whole decorating and doing that
Yeah.
whole. But Christmas to that.
and fried
that's it.
chicken. And fried
That's
chicken.
it.
Yeah, and KFC.
And fried chicken. Yes,
Legit
in,
KFC.
Alright.
in Japan,
Yeah.
instead of a turkey dinner, it is legit KFC dinner.
KFC.
KFC.
You drunk or you
KFC.
So yes, I played in the first Professor Cup on the Western.
That's very cool.
It's we only had like 40 players, but I can definitely see more and more people making it out to these events.
Yeah.
Even some of my judge friends were like, "We saw you on the list, and we were like really surprised you came all the way down here for this."
And I don't think it's all the way down. I don't think
It's-
Anaheim's that far
It's like
from me.
it's like a 3-hour drive. Oh, not drive. 3-hour flight.
Flight.
3 hour.
It's like a 3-hour
a
flight.
24-hour drive.
Yeah,
Sorry, pancake.
that is. You're right.
That was quite the sound.
That was well timed on your part.
What was that?
Her nose?
Oh.
She makes
I-
weird.
I thought it was the other side.
No, that would have come right by the
I have that side.
So yeah.
You would have seen more reaction from this seat. I've smelled her farts.
I can imagine. But yeah, that was a cool experience. I think that I would totally do that again. I think due to yes.
The dog. There's a dog.
There's
on
a
the
dog.
table.
You would never know.
Her name's Pancake. So if that's the confusion. There's not just a pancake making noise under the table.
That's weird.
Wait,
Well,
what-
if you've
what's
got
that?
pancakes that make that noise, I think you're making them wrong.
I made over 100
right.
of them the other day.
Right.
Clearly.
Or right.
Mm,
Don't your pancakes sound like that?
No.
Every time, yeah.
Oh, okay. Apparently I'm doing it wrong.
Appetizing.
Not.
It's sloppy. It's gotta be a little more sloppy.
Well, no, nothing explodes out of it.
Yeah, no.
Filled
It
pancake.
just
makes
makes a
sound.
noise.
Why has no one invented a filled pancake? That
Oh,
sounds.
they've been. Well, again, that's a crepe.
Well, no, it gotta be thicker, like a thick.
Oh, you're talking thick.
Yeah.
Haven't the Asians not like they have their pancakes are like this?
we put it in a rice cooker.
It does. It looks like it. There's pictures on Reddit of people like.
You mean
going-
Pinterest?
But no, they go to
Yes.
like these food places and all of a sudden it's like I had pancakes and it's like pancake. Like it's one pancake.
You
That's
mean
this tall.
you had a cake that looks like a pan?
pan.
Yeah.
Like it looks like a pancake on top and a pancake on the bottom. In the middle of in between is a
In between
cake.
is a cake.
Which really, that's all a pancake is.
It really is. So yeah, had some fun with that. We had, I think, over 1,300 players in total.
Because you guys were at the Anaheim Convention Center.
Massive freaking convention center.
Big center.
It is. It makes Edmonton Mall look like a strip mall.
See, I
It is
like
huge.
Anaheim. I like Anaheim.
Oh, I'm totally okay with
I like
Anaheim. I'm
Anaheim.
totally okay with it. And I spent a couple extra days in walking around downtown Disney.
Yep.
It's Disney.
It is very yes.
It's very Disney.
Now, and the funny part about downtown Disney is it's shops that sell Disney things, but not by Disney.
Yeah,
So,
except
like-
for maybe
So
World.
knockoff.
Except for
World of Disney is just it's a Disney store.
and Disney at Home too. I think
So knockoffs.
Not knockoffs. It's fully licensed.
It's licensed by
stuff.
Disney.
Legitimately, we walked by and there was like a dress shop there the last time we were there.
Yes, I saw that
And
one.
it was selling like old school Donna Reed, like the dresses that they used to wear on
Oh,
I
yeah.
Love Lucy and stuff.
Mhm.
But they were all themed to Alice in Wonderland and this and that, like all of the Disney princesses. But it was
Yeah,
like,
I saw that one. But the prices on those were
holy smokes!
all the money.
But that's any
Basically,
shop outside of
the
World of Disney.
World of Disney's fairly reasonable.
it's like walking into a Disney store.
like
It's
a sup-
prices you'd expect.
Yeah, it's a Disney store on crack.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because it's
It's like 3 times the size.
yes. They're like, you want plushies? Here's an entire section.
Which section?
Yeah.
Which section of plushies do you want?
Yeah. You want jewelry? That's over here. You want slippers? Oh, there's slippers over there. PJs that way. T-shirts over
They had a
here.
wall. They had maybe 2 walls dedicated to cups and mugs.
Oh yeah.
Just cups and mugs.
Yeah. But yeah, World of Disney's fun. But yeah, the other ones are all licensed by. But yeah, super expensive.
I think
because
Disney at
it's
Home
licensed
is
by.
Disney.
I think it might be. Yeah, 'cause
But that
that's
was
part of
pricey
their
too.
new product stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty pricey there too. So yeah, I spent some time there and yeah, made more connections. It's a cool. I love doing those events. It's a lot of energy, a lot of time, but it's totally worth it. And yeah, on my flight there and back, I caught up and finished Daredevil.
The last and
Final
remaining-
season, final season of Daredevil. Man, that's a really fucking good show.
Yeah.
Like there was plot twists upon plot twists upon plot twists.
Good.
Between everything, and it just makes me really sad. We'll never see Kingpin, like that
Don't know
Kingpin,
that.
in ever like for at least 2 years. For at least 2 years, the Daredevil sequences were great. They said apparently we were all like that one long 2-minute hallway fight scene.
Yes, we did.
So they said, screw it. Here's a 10-minute long hallway fight
Yeah.
scene.
Jesus.
And I counted it. It was 10 minutes long of maybe 8 minutes of fighting and 2 minutes of like story exposition dialogue, and then back into more fighting down a hallway.
Where is she?
It literally starts inside like a medical office,
Yeah.
and then he's going outside into a taxi,
Cheapers.
and it was all one shot into the taxi. And I'm like, how? I just want to see the behind the scenes of this now.
Oh yeah.
I want to see how this was done. Like the amount of work that those guys put into the fight choreography of that in that show is ridiculous. Charlie Cox, is that his name?
Charlie Cox, yeah.
Charlie Cox.
Charlie Cox, yeah.
That guy, the best Daredevil I've ever seen.
Well,
I've only ever
to be
seen
fair,
2.
we've only gotten Ben Affleck and him.
Better than Ben Affleck. 10 times better than Ben
Okay.
Affleck. And I'm really glad that they did well by the Bullseye character.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's in this.
Yes, Bullseye is in this show
in
as
this
a.
character.
I mean, he's not licking things and like brushing his forehead.
He kind of is.
Like I'm not a huge Colin Farrell fan.
So the
Never
Colin,
mind.
so the Bullseye in Daredevil with Ben Affleck
Yes.
was a little bit more grounded in reality. This one is more realistic to the comic books.
Oh, good. So you can
Because the Bullseye in the comic books is technically a psychotic
Super
psychotic
accurate.
sociopath, and they nailed that character to a T.
nice
And you can watch his character progression from the beginning to end.
counter Hawkeye.
Yes, evil Hawkeye
Yeah.
is the shortest way to describe this version of Bullseye.
I always liked in the Ultimate Comics, Hawkeye had one scene when they were first getting like the Ultimates together, the Ultimate Avengers together. Hawkeye was detained somewhere, and his family was like killed in front of him.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And they were like, make sure nothing gets close to him, because like whatever he can, like
He used
they
the
did go
fingernail
very,
once.
and that was the shtick was, they went very Bullseye with that character. It wasn't just bows and arrows that he's good with. He is super accurate with everything. So they had to make sure everything was away from the table. So he ripped out his own fingernails and used them to kill people. And I'm like,
Yes.
oh my god.
And the Bullseye in this show is very much that, like, he can't miss.
Yeah.
He does, like, he'll throw ricochet shots when he's not looking.
Right.
And it just looks good the way they filmed it. And yeah, it's you guys should definitely watch this show. Thankfully, it doesn't really connect with any of the other ones right now.
Yeah.
In the season that I watched.
Yeah.
I think they name dropped Jessica Jones once.
Sure.
Well, that's the only one they can name drop now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one and Punisher.
I was surprised because I thought Punisher had what's her name, Karen Page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was a big part of that show, wasn't she?
Yeah.
The Punisher.
Well, she was
like the first piece of
part of it.
She bookended it more than anything.
No,
Because-
she was in the middle, or she was at the start.
And she was somewhere around the end because they met somewhere in between.
But I'm
Because
just,
he needed her help.
Really.
but I'm surprised that she didn't name drop Frank
Punisher.
Castle.
But she's trying to keep that part a secret.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, if
Because
you
he
watch,
knows
if you watch
Daredevil.
the Punisher, it was very
I've
much
never-
a like, I'll make sure that you're kept on the down low sort of thing.
So then, yeah, this show it must take place before the Punisher, then,
No.
timeline-wise, because there are certain events in Daredevil season 3 that change her character's direction. So, Punisher must have taken place before season 3 of
Oh,
Daredevil. Is
yeah.
what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, they follow more of a continuity than.
Continuity.
Yeah.
So, and it's really awesome seeing. It's a show about Daredevil, but Kingpin really steals that entire season 3.
But that was
It's-
season 1 too. They did.
Oh
a really
yeah,
good job of that.
I can't remember his actor's name.
Vincent
Del-
D'Onofrio.
Yes.
The guy from the one Law and Order I hated.
I don't.
Criminal Intent was horrible.
Wasn't he
And
And he
the-
was the worst part of Criminal Intent. When they said he was going to be Kingpin, I was so worried because in Criminal Intent he was like the worst actor on that Law and Order
Right.
show.
Right.
That was apparently how they
Sorry.
wanted him to act.
Wasn't he the guy in Men in Black? Like the one that turned
Yeah.
the farmer that turned
Yes.
into
Yeah, he's the meat suit.
Oh yeah, he is. That's right. Yeah, he bulked up a little bit for this show.
Yes, yeah.
Significantly.
Dinosaurs, Jurassic World.
What was
Yes.
he doing in Jurassic
Oh,
He
World?
was,
yeah.
the guy
An agent.
he was the guy trying
Yeah.
to control the Raptors.
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
turn
he
them
was
into
the
an
one who
army.
wanted the Raptors for military use.
Military purposes.
And Chris Pratt said no.
That was him?
Yeah.
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 Wow. All right. Cool. I didn't realize that.
But yeah, no, in Criminal Intent, like now all of a sudden he's
pick up and
well, but he's in
other
other stuff
roles.
now, and I'm like, oh, you're good at acting. I didn't know that. Because in Criminal Intent, it's like, you know, you killed her because you loved her, you sicko, and you're like, this is not a daytime soap opera.
No, he
Dick
definitely-
Wolf though.
He's
Dick
oh,
Wolf.
he's
Oh my
way
God.
different in Daredevil. I will
Oh,
say
and then I
that,
saw him in
like,
that, and I go, okay, I'm good with you.
He is grizzled. He can show. You can see all like the criminal connections that he does in the show, and
Nice.
it's just like, okay, so in the first part of the season, season 3, it's him wanting to get out of prison, so he makes a deal with the feds, and
Sure.
I can't remember the actor's name, but the FBI agent that helps make the deal with him. You can watch him go from being basically a desk jockey to this really, really important FBI agent who's managing Wilson Fisk. He's managing all the things that he's doing outside of prison.
Yeah.
It's just a really good espionage and like backstory, backstabbing.
So Kingpin's good at.
Oh yeah,
This
and
is
they,
a-
and
well-
they nailed that Kingpin
Because he has
to
no
a T.
superpowers, so.
His only suit. I was
Strong.
Yeah,
I thought he
he's
was supposed to
strong.
be muscles. That's what his.
He is, but
piece.
it's not a power. He's just
Muscles
legitimately-
Muscles are powers.
He's legitimately just like
That's my foot.
That's
Yeah.
foot.
he's just a strong dude.
He's
and
just
they
bulky.
and I'm glad that they don't lean into that much into the show.
Yeah.
I mean,
They did in the first season at the end.
and they
Sort of.
and they do that a little bit in the fight sequences in season 3, but it's never been like a big selling point for Kingpin. It's his way that he can manipulate.
Yeah.
people.
Oh, yeah.
And he shows that off perfectly. Like,
'Cause-
he's the best
Well,
part
even
of
in
season.
season 2 though, when he beats up Punisher.
Well, has Punisher beat up?
No, he beats up Punisher himself too.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah, big guy.
Yeah.
But
So
even
he-
if-
he shows it off when he gets mad.
Yeah. But
And
that's
I'm
the
glad
piece.
that that's the angle that they decided to go with Kingpin rather than like the suave businessman who wants to control everything. It's this. He's got rage. He's got anger.
He
in
always
him.
Yeah.
does. That's the comics. Is he plays that? It's the Two-Face of the other world. They just didn't
Yes.
give him two faces. It's the I'm cool and collected until you piss me off somehow, and then I stop thinking and start punching.
Yeah.
Right. And if based off of the ending of season 3, if clearly
If we would have gotten to season 4.
if this was a good end off, I guess, because everything does get tied off with more or less a neat bow.
Yeah.
And they did include a little bit of a post-credit sequence to tie into the season 4, but obviously that's
Not
Not
gonna
happening.
not happening
No.
anytime soon.
No.
So
I think that's the saddest part is you had such a good creative team behind that
yeah,
show.
and they were
Yeah.
super behind it. Like
Well,
you can see all the actors and everyone who put time and effort into the show. It's like this.
They even thought there was going to be a season.
Yeah,
4.
they had storyboarding
Yeah.
ready and all
they were
sorts
all
of
ready
stuff.
for it. Like they were.
I just
were
hope they
shooing.
get to work together as a team again.
Yeah.
Not necessarily on Daredevil, obviously not Daredevil, but like for
In
a
2,
different show.
well, they'll call them up in 2 years and see what they're up to.
Yeah.
Have them do an Uncharted movie.
Wow.
Think about that hallway scene.
Oh yeah.
The entire
20
movie.
minutes
The
long.
entire movie is one shot. It's like
Yeah.
it's whatever that Danger Henry movie
Oh,
is.
Yes.
Hardcore Henry.
Hardcore Henry.
It'll be Hardcore Henry. It's all one
No,
shot.
No, that wasn't
But from a
one shot.
third-person perspective.
That wasn't
Yes.
one shot. There was cuts in that.
Was there cuts in that movie?
There were cuts.
They were very well done cuts.
Okay. Well,
No,
all right.
they weren't well done. It was,
I thought it was. It was very.
I thought that
No,
movie
there
was
were
all one
cuts.
shot.
I thought it was like continuous.
No.
Well, yeah, like it's
the
there's cut-
story was continuous, but there were cuts in it.
So
Okay, alright.
yeah,
I
so
I never watched that.
I'm
Good-
glad I didn't
it's
have to
a-
pay for that.
you're not worried. You're not missing out. It's
That's-
Netflix. It's
I didn't pay
off.
for it.
I
Is
thought
it
it was
off Netflix now?
entertaining
No.
still.
I watched it
Don't
on
lie to
Netflix.
me.
It was different.
It was a
different. It was
fresh.
very
It was
different.
fresh. It was the Crank.
Well, they tried. They
Yes.
tried.
I
It was
hated
cr-
Crank.
They tried something different.
I love Crank
They
for
did
how
try something
dumb that
different.
movie is.
I hated Crank for how dumb that movie was.
Just go all the
I
way
think
through.
mostly because the people I went to see it with thought it was a masterpiece.
It's not a masterpiece.
It's
You
not-
cannot go into
no.
Crank thinking it's a masterpiece.
Just the
Same thing with
Crank 2
Hardcore
if you
Henry.
I saw Crank 2.
Crank 2 was not.
It jumped the shark. See, I like that one more because it was like, oh, we just gave into absurdity at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess so.
It's like Sharknadoes.
So watch that on Netflix. I watched the seasonal Sabrina episode.
Yeah, you did.
It was not as fun as I thought it was going to be.
Oh, I enjoyed it.
I liked it.
It was good.
should
I just
watch
thought
the
that there
show.
was so many
Watch
things
the
that
show.
there were multiple storylines happening
Yes.
that I
Yeah.
thought didn't have a complete resolution other than the one main one.
Correct. They weren't supposed to.
So, and it was a lot more canonical than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like a one shot. Like
No,
one and
that's
done.
what we were saying last week. Was it was
So-
kind of nice that it fit in because for me,
Yes.
what it did was
It built the world up a little bit more.
well, and it also made me want to watch Sabrina again
Right.
because I watched the first season, loved the first season.
Yes.
Same thing I do with all the Netflix shows, and then I slowly peter off because it's this
Well, we know
long.
we know it's coming in April.
Right. So now my thing is, it's
Part
been.
one.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the parts.
Don't
I can
care.
deal with
I could care
parts.
less about that stuff.
I'd actually prefer parts.
Mhm.
In all honesty, I'm okay. I would start being okay if Netflix was like weekly episodes.
Well, they tried to do that. They're doing that with the Flash right now. I think.
Flash,
That's because the
Supergirl,
Flash is
is on
legitimately
CW.
a weekly episode.
Yeah,
for
for-
Black Lightning.
all the CW shows they're doing.
They
that.
tried to do that with Joel's.
The 100.
the
They
Joel's
tried to do that
100.
with Joel McHale and that kind of stuff, and the weekly stuff is only in Canada. The
Is
U.S. does not get that stuff.
Oh,
Oh, really?
They did their first experiment was with Joel McHale and Michelle Wolf's shows,
Mhm.
and they tanked hard. And I'm like, well, that's because you were expecting people to.
They want to binge.
Well, no, but you were
No,
expecting
it's
people
one of
to
those-
like tune in and instantly watch it, as opposed to like, oh,
Yeah, they're not taking the
They'll
stats
get
from
to
like
it.
the one day. They
Yeah.
should be taking the stats from the week.
yeah.
Because sometimes with Joel's show, I never watched it until like Tuesday.
Well, and that's how The Good Place is actually staying on the air and getting renewed for a fourth season.
Yeah.
It's the digital what people watching. NBC's actually watching those numbers now, which,
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
praise be to whoever's in charge of that
Finally,
one.
they're
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, no one's
That'll-
watching it on
That'll
live.
save Brooklyn Nine-Nine for the next season. as
Uh-huh.
well.
But they're like, no one's watching it on
Just
TV
based off
live.
Yeah.
Just me streaming it alone. Ooh, that was a good episode again.
Again.
Makes multiple accounts.
But yeah,
it was a good episode.
it made me want
Don't get me wrong. It
Sabrina
was,
again.
It was just not. I was expecting a little bit more. I think.
I was not.
from that piece.
I'm kind of happy they resolved some of the stuff with her friends.
Yeah.
I thought Harvey was.
Harvey was the least interesting.
Harvey's the least interesting because he's like.
Yes, but in the context of
Yes.
this Sabrina show on Netflix, it's the continuity between that is like now I don't want magic stuff. Goodbye.
Yeah.
I'm like that seems like a bigger deal. You should make this into a bigger deal if you're gonna want to make this character.
And I think it will
I
in
think they
season
will,
2.
yeah.
So.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
and that's the
get
thing. Like, and that's the
to
thing.
that.
Like, it doesn't feel that much for me. Like, I get where it's starting.
Yeah.
But it just I didn't get. It's not there yet for me.
Yeah. But yeah, I
So-
thought the tying into the Yule,
Oh, yeah, that was-
the
that
Yule
was great.
time and all that,
That was
stuff
great.
fun.
That was great. Like the I was like, oh man, this is gonna be a one shot, and then Zelda's bringing out a baby. I'm like, oh, they're not. This is real. This happens right after.
Yeah, they connected it.
Yeah. They did a good job with that.
They give Sabrina time off from school, sort of thing, so they can
Mhm.
have a Christmas episode. It works out pretty well. I still love the ants; like they're part of.
Oh yeah, they're great.
parts of the show. And
They do
Ambrose.
great.
Ambrose is the best
Ambrose
part.
is the best.
Ambrose is essentially. I figured it out. Ambrose is Salem if Salem could talk.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
okay, I can
yes,
see
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like they needed that third character, like just like the old show had that fourth
Salem.
character.
Yeah.
That was Salem.
Yeah.
Since Salem doesn't talk in the show, well, he does. We just can't understand what he's saying.
Meow.
Right, but he does. When he meows, they go, "Oh yeah, Salem, totally," and you're like,
Totally.
"Why can't we understand him?"
Because we can't speak
Because we
cat.
can't speak whatever he is. And then, but Ambrose
What
is
he?
that character.
Goblin?
He's a goblin.
Yeah,
Essentially.
Goblin,
Yeah.
right? That just takes a.
He's a familiar.
A familiar.
Yeah.
You can order them.
So watch that. It was all right.
Yeah.
Minute to Win It is on Netflix, and that's a great throw to turn on, just to
The game show.
It's the game show.
I'm trying to think of what the game show is.
So what it is it's a 2-man team, and you have 60 seconds to complete a certain task.
Yeah.
I played the
Oh
game.
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
you can bring it home like
You can just do it. They made it very easy
Yeah.
for you to be like, this one will require cups and a bowl and water or
So
something like that.
Taskmaster, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
not
it's
as
not.
funny.
And they've actually commercial like you can actually
Yes.
buy a kit to bring home.
Or you could
You
just
always
Google,
could,
or you could
yeah,
just
you always could
search it
yeah.
online and
Yeah,
go to the
exactly.
dollar store.
Like these were games people were playing. Way
And it's like a
before that
part. It's
show
a
was-
picnic. It's a picnic.
Yeah.
When you go
Game
to the
show.
beach on Christmas
Share when you're
In
in Australia.
in Australia.
I was gonna say
So,
I want to go. To the
I just
beach.
find that show.
I don't know. We're having unseasonably warm weather right now.
I still don't want to go to the beach.
Unseasonal. I came from Anaheim, assholes. That was nice there.
It's nice here.
Eh. So yeah,
I
I
wanna
watched
go to
that.
the beach.
Fine, be that way.
And I watched
Go do that
Spider-Man
obstacle
last night.
Into the
the
Spider.
Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse, and oh man, that's a really good movie.
Spider-Ham was the best part, right?
Spider-Man Noir was really good.
I was gonna or him. He was.
Spider-Man Noir. You know what? It's a great introduction to Miles Morales.
Yeah.
For the unknowing
Yeah.
and the unfamiliar.
Okay.
It'll prepare me for the second Spider-Man game.
It could. Well, I'm interested to see how the Spider-Man game goes because apparently the DLC goes in a really weird direction with the ending. Or
Yeah.
The DLC.
That's what I heard too.
But yeah, it does a really good job of balancing. What is it, like 6 different Spider-Man characters in one movie?
So Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen,
Spider-Gwen,
Spider-Ham, Spider-Man
Noir.
Noir.
There's that robot.
67,
Oh, yeah, that-
Penny Parker and
Yeah.
the Peter Parker from 67 or 616 universe.
Yeah.
The comic book one that we're into. The amount of nods and pieces and references to past Spider-Man stuff in this movie is wild.
Yeah.
They reference not only Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. They reference Stan Lee's piece to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
They reference Mary Jane. They reference the it's like all their origin stories are, I want to say 100% accurate.
No, that makes sense.
So, this is the most comic book movie I've ever watched.
Well, yeah, I think
Yeah.
you can
This
get away
is-
with that with animated.
And that's the piece.
visually, it's really interesting to see all the different art styles. You got Spider-Man Noir.
Who's in black and white?
He's not just in black and white. He only sees black and white
And
because
the
it's
way-
always 1930s. And so, it's not much of a spoiler, but like there's a sequence in the movie where he's playing with a Rubik's cube and he's like, "Is this purple?" No, it's green. What? And he's confused by this Rubik's cube because he has never seen color before, and so he's trying to solve this puzzle like throughout the movie. I'm like, what? And it's Nicolas Cage on top of that doing the voice acting.
Yeah, wow,
for-
that's
for
the
it.
clip I watched on Jimmy Fallon. So John Mulaney was on Jimmy Fallon's show.
Yeah,
And he plays Spider-Ham. He's the voice of Spider-Ham.
so good.
And they had
so good.
Well, they brought him in. So the story was John Mulaney tells it. They brought him in without telling him what the project was because he's
Okay.
like, these comic book movies are very hush hush.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's like, I get a phone call, and essentially they're like, come to this building. We have a project for you. And he's like, so I was either getting a job or getting kidnapped.
This is the most elaborate kidnapping.
And I thought, I'm not busy. What the heck? So he went in, and they kind of explained what was going on, and then finally gave him a script, and they're like, go nuts with it. Like, give us a read through, and then do your own thing.
It's very.
So they actually sent the audio over to Jimmy Fallon, and it's him like swearing up a storm and going absolutely nuts. And he's like, they let me go on for like an hour of just reading all my lines, but throwing expletives in and doing this and doing that. And then he finally stopped and goes, "What's this movie rated?" And they went PG, and he went, "So you can't use any of that." And they're like, "No, but you were having so much fun."
and that's what it sounds like. These voice actors had a ton of fun in this movie, and there's a lot of heart, a lot of spirit in it about showing these different perspectives of different Spider-Men.
And they definitely seem to bring
Or
their
Spider
universes.
Women.
Spider
Spider
people.
There
Spider
you go.
people.
Spider theys.
Spider-Man. The
Spider-It's?
Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
The
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse. And so...
and the clip they showed too was
And you were worried about the Miles Morales piece, about him...
no, I was pissed off about the Peter Parker piece of it
So,
because
I'll let you know right now, that's a good Peter Parker.
I don't-
He is very... Like,
that's good.
There's a reason why he is so down in the dumps. There's a reason why he is who he is.
Yeah.
And it's basically taken right after, I want to say, the Civil War stuff
Okay.
that happens in the comics. After the whole...
Brand New Day.
Brand New Day, after
Yeah.
getting divorced from
They didn't
MJ.
get divorced. They just.
I thought that was...
No, they never were a thing after Brand New Day.
Didn't they get married at some point in time?
Yeah, and then she made
And
a
that-
deal with the devil.
Yeah, and that's what... that so it takes place like around that time.
And then they were no longer dating.
Right.
They had dated and it had failed. That was the deal
Yeah.
that the devil had made.
So yeah, so that's...
Mephisto,
it's that level of...
Mephisto.
Again, like it's...
Mephisto.
And it shows all that stuff with that 616 universe Spider-Man up to that point. And there's a reason why he's just like, this, my life sucks.
Well,
I
his
don't know
life
why.
does suck. That's the whole point of Peter Parker.
Right. And him working with Miles Morales, showing him the ropes on what it means to be Spider-Man, it renews what he wants to do. It gives him faith in, his future.
The scene in the clip I saw
Spider-Verse.
the scene that I saw was Spider-Man Noir hanging from the ceiling, and someone's like, "Why is he all black and white? And is there a draft in here?"
No,
And he's
it's-
like,
no.
"The wind goes where I go," or
And it's
whatever.
Nicolas Cage,
And it's
and it's
Nicolas
Nicolas-
Cage saying, it, and you're just
Wind
like,
goes where I go.
"Ah."
Yeah.
That was good.
Gwen Stacy, Spider-Woman.
Judge Cameron?
I think so. Good job. Like all the costumes were spot on.
Yeah,
Her character design when she was out of costume, spot on. Oh man, like this is you guys need to see this movie.
Movie of the year.
It's close. It's pretty good. Yes, it's probably the best Spider-Man movie I've ever seen.
Ooh.
This is the best Spider-Man movie I've ever seen.
Better
'Cause-
than Homecoming.
Yes. Yes. Not to say the Homecoming is a bad
I was
movie.
gonna say, and that is the difference between being able to go animated versus.
There's so much stuff that they
live
can do that's not only a reference to the comic books,
Yeah.
but it's a good movie in and of itself. There's
And-
a good use of onomatopoeia.
Yeah.
There's a good every time he's whenever after he got bit by a spider, he's going through a ton of changes, and so now he's like, why am I thinking so loud? And it's like a giant thought bubble up on his face.
and that's the thing, like
And
you
it's
can
like
do
you
that
can-
in
in a-
animated.
in anime,
movies.
yeah.
And it pulls it off so well. And it's the Sony Animation stuff too. So it's the guys that do like Smurfs.
Yes, they
Right?
do.
Yes.
But it doesn't feel like any other CG movie I've watched before. It feels like they put a camera inside of a comic book
Yep.
and said, "Film."
Yeah.
Like this,
That's
we're
cool.
gonna do the Spider-Verse. You can see all the hand drawn stuff that was in old Spider-Man movies in this film, and probably one of the best post-credit sequences I've ever seen.
I've heard it's supposed to be good.
It's not only funny; it builds a world for a follow-up to the Spider-Verse.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
So definitely stay to the end if you're going to watch Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse. It pays off in a grand fashion. This movie also takes place. It knows all the Spider-Man memes that you're accustomed to. The ones where he's sitting on the table.
Oh, yeah,
or like the
Sitting behind the dead.
the pointing meme.
pointing at each
Yeah.
other.
The pointing meme. Like it does
I know
all
people on the Marvel meme subreddit were so pissed off because they thought they could do that themselves. Like they thought that was going to be the brand new thing, was they were going to be like putting Spider-Man together, and
Yeah.
pointing at each other, and then apparently the movie did it for them. And they're like, "Damn it!"
Yeah, there's
Like-
there's a good piece in that. The art style is just I can't keep thinking about it. I keep thinking about how beautiful this movie is because you have the anime inspired Penny Parker, and she was drawn like an anime.
Yeah.
And then you have Spider-Man Noir, who looks very, very different than everybody else, but he still has that style to
Yeah.
him. Every time they introduce one of the new Spider-Man, they do the whole, all right, let's do this one last time kind of thing, and they go through their origin story. As it's kind of a reference to the fact that we've had 3 Spider-Man reboots within the last decade.
Yeah.
So every time that a new one comes on the screen, it's like, all right, so I'm going to do this one last time. So I was bitten by a radioactive spider, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh my God, this is great. Yeah, we go watch this movie.
Mhm.
It is amazing.
Sounds good.
It's so
There you go.
fun. We had a fun time. Also, we went to the Landmark Cinema theaters in Sherwood Park, or not Sherwood Park, St. Albert. Have
Very
you
nice
guys
theater.
experienced
I
that yet?
have. Very nice theater. It's like
And inexpensive.
yeah.
Two
Yeah.
people cost us the price of a VIP ticket, at what Cineplex,
Yeah.
and you get
How
electronic.
much are movies now?
20.
I don't know.
I haven't paid for a movie in a long time.
It's been a while.
Well, it cost us $27 for 2 people. A VIP ticket is one person is 27.
25. Yeah.
It's $25,
I
and
wanna
these
go to
seats.
VIP.
On top of that, these ones have
This feels like VIP.
It's VIP because the seats that you're in, it's basically a
Do they
recliner.
serve you food?
You don't. Honestly, in my opinion, I feel like that's a really. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't care about. But
I do.
you like sit in your own lazy
And
boy.
You sit in a
And
lazy boy,
alcohol.
and you've got a little button that reclines
Bring
for
me a
you.
couple
and
beers.
you can basically sleep here. We took our shoes off. We can bring blankets if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Lots of
Do
leg
they
room.
bring you beers?
I don't want a beer and
I
Spider-Man.
do.
I don't need a beer to enjoy
I
my
do.
film.
Well, I'm not saying I'm enjoying it. Just
Popcorn is all I need.
Beer.
I think I spilled my popcorn when I reclined too far.
You know what? Honestly, movies, the theaters. It's funny taking like my dad to a movie, because I think the last movie we went to was Titanic.
Mm-hmm.
He wants his bear.
What?
Beer.
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 I want my beer.
Yeah, he wants his beer. I'm
Yeah,
working
I know.
on it.
I want
We're working on it later. So.
We got you.
We gotcha. We gotcha.
I'll take a bear.
I don't
Wait,
know,
a live
that's
bear?
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
You want a ring bear?
A ring bear.
I'll
You
just stick
keep
with-
saying bearer, right?
Ring bear.
Ring bear.
Ring bear.
I'll stick with my beer.
And with a bear.
A ring bear?
No,
a
beer
ring
bear.
You want a ring beer?
A bear beer. You know how those Saint Bernards they carry
Yeah.
a beer for you? Maybe it's a bear that
Is
carries.
this bear gonna kill me?
No, we
Yeah, okay.
trained
I'll
them.
just bring you a beer.
That's not
Like
a lot
a
of work.
It's,
big
you know, like
keg
Yogi
of
beer.
beer.
You
You
know, like
just
yoga?
get them when they're tiny. They're really easy to train when things are tiny.
And you just
I've
keep
seen-
making
I've
that
seen
beer
people do it
till
with
you hook
foxes.
on bigger.
I've seen people do it with foxes. It translates over.
There's a lot of weird domesticated things now, which worries me.
Yes.
Domesticated wolf.
No, like raccoons, foxes. People are starting to like domesticate, and I'm
And
like,
let them into their houses? Like deer?
is there a ding or something every
Yes.
time I cut? Yeah.
Yep.
Hold on.
We all.
There. I'm turning
We
it
need
down.
2 screens so I can just look here. So.
Oh, you can't hear the ding.
No,
you
it's
just,
just
you just
we-
see all of us go.
Yeah.
If it was here, it'd be less awkward.
I
That's
don't have
fine.
that many screens.
That's fine.
Just.
All right. All right.
Now you can see the delay
I
between
see,
when you
I
comment
see
and
this
when
game he's playing. I'm not looking at this thing.
But yes, Spider-Verse, guys, watch
Good
it.
stuff.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's
I do
sealed.
have.
It's up there
Still
in
that pizza thing.
pizza. Oh,
I'll probably be seeing Mary Poppins as my next film. So.
yes. So in terms of games, I played Celeste.
Mhm.
That's I played about 5 minutes of it. I haven't had a chance to play. I wasn't allowed to bring my Switch with me to my trip on the account of the significant other wanting to play Pokemon. So
I'm not. No, I said I wasn't looking.
You did it.
You did it.
No, I didn't.
Yes.
You
No.
say
You
say
acknowledged it's
You saying you didn't look
I
is
didn't
the same
look.
thing as
You
looking.
might
I
as well
heard
look
it.
because this one's kind of funny.
I heard it. I didn't.
Because he's actually trying to get your attention
I
now.
know he is. I don't want
It
to.
worked. It worked. Technically it worked. Us having this conversation confirms
I
that
will
it worked.
resist.
So Celeste is like I'm trying to think of how to explain it because I've only played about 10 minutes of it. It's a mountain climbing game. It's an 8-bit art style, and you're trying to get to the top of this mountain called Celeste.
Oh, that's why it's called. It's like Coco, where
It's like
you're like,
Coco.
why is this called
Like
Coco?
Coco.
And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden
The
there's
kid's
a
name-
grandma character. And you're like,
The
oh,
grandma's name is Coco. The
grandma's
grandma's name is
name-
Celeste.
She's going on an adventure.
And I'm climbing the grandma's mountain.
I'm not
mountain
climbing
is the
Grandma's
mou-
mountain.
the
You
mountain-
can climb Grandma's mountain all you want.
She's got a mountain named Celeste. No. I'll play some more of it before I get a chance to really get into
And
depth.
inform us
But it
with
feels really good. It's got a climbing mechanic that I've never experienced before. It's
Yep.
you kind of climb a wall. I think it was one of the shoulder buttons. You jump towards and you can climb up it, and you have a little grip gauge.
so like gang beasts.
I was gonna say more like Legend of Breath of the Wild.
Does it
No.
rain and make you
Do that
slip?
one again.
I haven't seen that yet,
Oh,
but I feel like it
on my
will.
computer?
I feel like it
Huh?
will.
Do I feel like yelling
I've
on my
also
computer?
purchased
Yeah.
Into the Breach for the Switch.
Oh, I want to get
That's
that.
supposed my
I
coworker.
wanna
I've
get that.
purchased
like
it.
that.
I've not yet
I wanna
loaded
get
it or
that game.
booted it, but I feel like I'm gonna have a great time with it.
Yeah, my.
It's one of those RTS strategy games, but the plot is that you are coming from the future,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so you know where all the enemies are gonna technically attack.
And that's
But
the
the
same developer as FTL, right?
Yes, it's
Yes.
the FTL guys.
Yeah, my coworker loved that game.
Yeah.
So
It's
I'm just
fantastic.
apparently the Switch version doesn't have touch controls, but I can live without it. I think.
At this point, I'm fine with that because it's getting more games onto this. Like, I'd rather have games than touch controls because they're still trying to treat
I'm
it
fine. I'm fine.
as a console and not a hand.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with it not having touch controls. If I ever play it,
Yeah.
when I get to play again. Then I played Pokemon Let's Go
Yeah.
some more. I shoved a Dratini into my Pokeball Plus before I went to Anaheim, and so party time.
That's party music. Right?
Party.
Party.
So some real common party music.
It was
So
me.
if you ever want to know how much experience your Dratini can get within a weekend of walking around Anaheim, it's 65,000. It got my Dratini from level 3 to 40.
65,000 steps?
No, experience points.
Oh, okay.
Experience points.
And you weren't even in Disneyland.
No, I was walking around a convention
So I
center.
gotta go to Disneyland.
I do a lot of steps in Disneyland.
Yeah,
I
you
remember.
get a Pokeball Plus.
I remember whatever my tracking thing was on my phone.
Oh, mine's completely
Well,
off
no,
too.
after my wedding, I had reset something, so it was like, oh, we're gonna get a gauge on like how much you move, and I'm like, this is not a good time because we went to Disney World and for our honeymoon, and it was legitimately like, you calculate more than 20,000 steps a day, and I'm like, no, I do not. Like, phone, ignore me for the next 2 weeks, please.
Yeah, my phone, my Fitbit has, or not Fitbit, my Pebble did that to me.
Yeah.
It's like you walked a shit ton last week. This time around, what
because
happened?
you average.
What happened? I slept.
Yeah.
I slept, and I went to work, and I slept
Yeah.
again. So been playing a little bit of that, and I purchased a couple of VR games. One of them I haven't played yet, Office Simulator, on the V. I need to play that game some because I played the demo and
Because you don't have enough of
Because
that
you
in real
don't.
life?
Yeah. Like,
no
People
well,
like doing it, but it is.
It's one of those. You need to see Office Simulator to experience it. It's one of those. Oh yes, you do. It's one of those. It's a spoof
I
on
don't think I
Office.
do.
It's a spoof on working in a real.
What's
life.
the joke the Simpsons made the one time with like lawnmower or whatever, and it's like he's mowing the lawn in a video game, but he won't go do it in real life. Like that's kind of the shtick. Is like as soon as you digitize it, you're like, yeah, I like this
I
joke.
like this. I like this.
But it's not really even a job. Like
No.
what you're doing is hitting buttons, literally,
Yeah.
eating donuts, throwing things across the office,
See, I
and
can do
photocopying
that.
your
I
face,
can do
and a
that
brain
in
comes
real
out.
I already do that at work, so
Yeah. So I played
Yeah,
that.
I'm a
I
menace.
press buttons. I throw things around.
You're a video
yeah,
game.
I am a video game.
I could be a video game.
We should just make
But what I
VR
actually did
simulations our life.
They need to be simulations. I'll just wear a GoPro one day.
Yes.
Tune in.
In
We
VR.
want to control you.
Oh yeah.
Peace.
It's like Twitch plays Nick.
Yeah. Essentially, yeah.
Move left.
Right, left,
Move,
right,
move your hand
left,
up. Slap
up,
him.
down.
Are you
Slap
making
up.
me do the Running Man?
Walk into the wall. Walk into the wall. Walk into the wall. Walk into the wall.
Stop hitting yourself.
You
Stop
guys
hitting
don't get to
yourself.
play.
But what I did end up playing was
Eat.
Surgeon Simulator. Remember that game like
Yeah.
a couple years back?
Yeah.
There's a VR version of it,
There's a lot of versions of it now.
but this one's in VR. And man, I'm a really bad surgeon.
Search.
Everybody is with that game.
But in VR though,
Because you're shaky.
yes.
You don't have the hand. You don't have the doctor hand.
But I successfully
Thing.
replaced the heart and 2 kidneys.
Good for
Oh,
you. I've
good
done nothing
job.
like that
So
in that
I
game
can.
ever.
So the skills transfer over. I got my PhD.
Excellent.
I'm now
Sweet.
being a surgeon. Ask me anything.
Don't you need your MD to be a surgeon?
I
First
did-
question.
I got it.
Question one. I don't think that's the right degree.
I got it. I paid it in a VR. I bought it for $8. Next question.
That's good. I like that.
Next question.
I don't think I want any more questions.
Next question. Ask me anything. I'm a
Right,
surgeon.
keep going. You got the good ones.
I'm a surgeon now. Ask me anything.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes, I do have a laser to rip open a rip
Did
cage.
you drop your pen into the body?
No, but I went to pick up the heart and then it flew across the room and I was like, oh.
You don't. You're not supposed to do that.
Well, I
No,
got
you're
a
not
trophy.
supposed to tell anybody you did that.
I got a trophy for
Real
it,
life.
Well, now we
so-
all know it happened.
got
He
a
has a
trophy.
trophy.
and I have a trophy for it.
See, you did intentionally then.
Yes. It flew
You just said it
across.
was by accident.
Accident.
That's how he gets covered with insurance. Malpractice insurance.
Unintentional.
I didn't mean to.
Oh, I just accidentally dropped a knife into his body. It's fine. He'll be fine. And literally, one of the.
How many patients had to die for you to succeed?
Thanks
Yes.
for reading it out loud for me.
Yes. So,
He's like, yes.
and
Chris
it's funny,
refused to turn around.
the end screen is like literally, oh, I guess he'll survive. And it gives you a grade.
Because he'll survive with the object floating around
Yeah.
in his body.
You don't even.
That's sharp.
All you gotta do is,
cut everything off.
No!
and all you gotta do is drop the kidneys into the body, and it's like
Can't turn a
succeed.
sur-
Succeed.
You can't turn a surgeon.
I'm a surgeon now.
That is not how kidneys work. I do not have any kind of paperwork like that. Definitely not how kidneys work.
However, have you done it?
No.
I
Yeah,
have.
what do you know?
I have virtually done it. I have virtually
Why
taken
are you
a heart
defending
out.
him?
I have virtually taken a heart out and put a new heart into the space, and it said he'll live.
So at this point, I'm just going to say, whenever Brian needs surgery, we're
Go
just
to
going
Tony.
to go to Tony, and we're not going to let him go anywhere else because
I
he
can do
trusts-
this.
he
I can.
trusts Tony.
My next surgery is eyeball replacement. So cool.
I have played with an eyeball before.
Yes, I have too.
Yeah, that was in high school. We did that.
Mode when you killed the patient and break the news to the family
Hardcore mode.
in virtual reality.
In virtual reality.
Now, the question is, do you have to do it well?
No.
Ah.
Because you could just walk out and be like,
You did.
he did.
He did.
And just walk off.
I didn't do it.
Got my next job.
Just walk out with your hands out, up like, mm.
It
We're
wasn't
just-
me. I
If
just
it happened
walked
to
away.
me, something fell into his body. He did.
I will
He
say
did.
He
the most
gone.
unrealistic part about this entire game so far: your hands don't have gloves.
What?
That doesn't seem like an unrealistic part to this game. I feel like a
That's the
surgeon
problem.
who's that bad
That's
is not
the
going
problem
to
you
worry
have.
I
about
don't have. Yes,
hy-
that's
hygiene.
exactly it. I don't have surgical gloves. How am I?
That's the problem. You throw a heart across the room,
Yeah,
and that's
I feel
your
like
problem.
a doctor who's not worried
So?
about a heart flying across the room is not worried about the
I don't. I can't surgically do this because I don't have gloves. I can't do the thing
But
where
you
go,
threw a heart across the room.
minor details.
All right, all right.
He doesn't need the rib cage. I just use a hammer. I use a hammer.
He's apparently got his
MD.
So you
PhD.
still want this surgery, Brian?
I virtually did it. It's
What was
real.
the worst thing you did while operating?
I injected myself with my own.
You injected
what is
yourself.
the
Syringe?
yeah. It's supposed
What
to be
was
like
it full of?
What's
don't-
the word for that thing that you put into bodies and
the needle.
asks the MD?
You need PhD.
Oh right, PhD.
PHMD.
He needs
guys.
an MD. He
It's
doesn't
a-
have an
It's a
MD.
PHMD now. It's surpassed it.
Oh, he's got extra parts now.
The more letters you add on, the better.
PHMD S
BA.
XL.
BA
BA.
plus mode.
DX.
New game plus mode.
I think he has a BA and BS.
Ah ha ha.
I agree.
Technically, that's actually probably pretty much what we have.
Virtually a surgeon now.
Can
Ask
I
me.
book an appointment? How early can
Can we
you?
begin?
I don't think you'd.
I
don't.
can squeeze you.
Legit.
Two. I can do. I'll do two at once. That's fine. I can double down. I have two hands.
No.
That's how
Use your
surgeon-
mouth too.
Yeah,
Your
three
feet.
patients.
Your feet.
Yeah, I need
Just
to
sit up in a swing and
Oh,
just
my virtual reality doesn't have feet sensors yet, so I can't get to that.
Yet.
I'm not
get
qualified
those
to.
full body suits.
I'm not qualified to do that yet.
Get those full body
Okay,
suits.
to be fair, in Ready Player One, there is only one reason you want a full body suit that allows you to feel every sensation for your entire body.
It's sex.
That's
Yes.
But like,
How could the guy
dude's like,
did it during
yes.
shooting game?
that's my It's like who plays that during a shooting game? Ow!
You can shoot them in the crotch.
I'm gonna break your arm.
I do
Yeah.
that anyway.
Ah! I don't want to feel that. There
What
was
if
a
they have it over their head? They just constant shots of the head.
That doesn't make me feel better.
You're just in your little empty room crying.
Somebody.
God.
Why does it always
got a
hurt?
gun. Go away.
Well, because there was a gun that gave you force feedback, or a vest, sorry, that gave you force feedback
Yeah.
for playing like Counter Strike and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. And the pros were playing it, and I kind of understand if
It's
it
a-
would give you a little nudge.
It's a reaction thing.
as you're like, oh,
oh,
he's
it's in
behind
my
me.
back. Yeah.
Because again, when we play games like Battlefront and that kind of stuff, you get shot
don't
and
want
there's the
that.
little reticle, and you're like, eh. But no, the vest was legitimately just like a, like you get. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. I'm shooting you from right
Ow.
here. Like
Your entire suit is rumbling now. It's because you died from a grenade.
But like yeah, in Ready Player One, it's like it allows you to feel every sensation. And I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
I do not want to feel death because trust me, I die a lot in games. I know what I don't want to know.
I don't want to know what that.
But you
feels
don't
like.
die in Ready Player One though, because
Yes,
if
you
you do,
do.
if you do, then you're screwed.
Well, I would die a lot in Ready Player One. Let's face it.
You'll
I'm
be
that
restarting
guy
a
who's-
character
yeah.
over and again.
My guy would be the very basic avatar with
At all
almost
times.
nothing. Yeah.
At all times.
It would look like me.
With once in a while getting this fancy.
I would
thing.
find a new hat and be like, ooh,
And then
That's
gone.
That's it.
And then gone.
hat.
Die.
And then gone.
What's Nick playing again? Planet Coaster.
He does really well.
He died his own. He made it.
Hey!
And it collapses on
Roller
him.
coaster.
Yeah, roller coaster is in testing mode and collapses on top.
Nice.
But yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Cool.
Cool.
Yes.
Wearing the suit in Tomb Raider games. Have you seen the gruesome death? Exactly.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Where you get her like she's crushed between things.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, when you get caught in the river and the...
Neck snap in.
It's very visceral.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I've been watching more of The Fix.
Mhm.
It is that show. It is the British panel show that's now hit Netflix, which is delightful. I do find it really funny because they have an American comedian, they have a Canadian comedian who lives in London, and
Ontario?
Not that one, the actual one, real
Now you're just
London.
being different.
She is from Ontario though, so
Oh, okay.
London, Ontario.
not London, Ontario.
You don't know this.
I do because
I
she
started
said
this.
where she's from.
Is it
I know
London,
people
Ontario?
from London, Ontario.
London, Ontario?
London, Ontario.
No, she's from.
She's
London.
not from London, Ontario.
Just outside London.
No,
Ontario?
she's from other parts of Ontario, but she moved.
Other parts, so she's from multiple parts.
She moved to London, England. Her and Jimmy Carr have a pretty good relationship. Jimmy's the English guy who hosts the show.
Yeah.
Some of the guest hosts they had the lady from Nailed It on there.
Oh.
I don't like her.
I need to take her in very small increments.
Well, so
Yeah.
there's a half hour where she gets to like let loose and just be a comedian.
Oh, no.
And I forgot what they were talking about, but her entire shtick, no matter what they're talking about, she's done 2 episodes, and pretty much she just hates whatever like group it is that they're talking about that day. So like they did a whole episode on gentrification, which is like middle class people moving into low income
That's
places.
not her. That's really not her alley.
And Bill, but the whole point is, what's the fix for this happening? Because it's ruining cultural places all over the United States, where like middle class white people are moving into like poor neighborhoods like Harlem, fixing them up and turning them like from Harlem to something completely different.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's the fix for this? And her entire thing, the entire show was just like, white people suck. And you're like,
Huh.
okay, it was funny the first time you said it. Not so funny anymore. D.L. Hughley does it in the very like low-key kind of way that's actually funny. So, like, his works.
Yeah.
And, like, he's like, I can't complain about anything. He lives next to Justin Bieber in, you know, L.A., like, nice part of Los Angeles sort of thing. But, like, he makes the jokes just to the right line where she's just like, white people are stupid. And you're going,
Explain.
granted, sure, like,
Everybody's stupid. Though.
but yeah, you're sitting there going like, okay.
Why?
Like, and the first time she says it connects to what someone else was saying, so you're like, nah, okay, that was good.
That was
And then
good.
she just kind of keeps repeating it because she found
Starts
the punch.
losing
It's like,
the taste.
well, it's like she
right?
found the punchline that was going to make people giggle, and was just like, I'm writing this till the end of the episode, and she did it both times she was on the show, and I'm like,
That's like being like, good job, Nick, is like a nice thing. And then, if I keep doing this, though,
Why are you punching?
that's
him?
going to run you nuts.
I teach grade 4, so it takes a lot.
Why are you punching?
I'm a surgeon. That's
We are hands off here, okay?
You'd be stabbing him with a knife or a needle.
Yes.
So parts of the fix are really good, and parts of it because Jimmy Carr and Catherine Ryan know each other from doing a bunch of other stuff, like panel shows together. Catherine Ryan has gone through like a lot of plastic surgery and all of this stuff, but her and Jimmy have known each other for so long that he just kind of throws like shade her way, I guess would be like he kind of just keeps making fun of the fact that she's mostly plastic now, and this and that and everything. And if you don't know that they know each other that well, he comes off as a giant a-hole, but really they're really good friends. So when they say it, it's this cute, like, you know, that kind of thing. We started watching season 4 of Fuller House. This is the most Fuller House has felt. In a weird...
That's a lot of full houses.
I know.
How full are you now?
Well, so...
Do a house full?
Everybody's pretty much moved back to San Francisco.
I thought they went to Japan.
They did for a wedding, and then they came back.
Okay, all right.
So they went... Steve was getting married. The original boyfriend in the Full House show was getting married to another woman.
Okay.
They went to Japan. Spoilers! DJ ruins the wedding because she still loves Steve.
Steve.
So this one opens up with her and Steve going like on their first date again. It actually opens with a Christmas episode, and then it goes to her and Steve going on their first date after so many years, because both of them had been married. She lost her husband. I think he divorced his wife, or however it ended up working. Like, they went their separate ways, and now they're back. So that was kind of cute. It felt like Full House. Kimmy is now pregnant with Stephanie's kid.
Yeah, in vitro or something, right?
Through in vitro. So the two of them are kind of in this new relationship of, like, they don't actually mind each other. Like, you're getting more of those cutesy family moments that were kind of those Full House family moments that they kind of tried to shoehorn into Fuller House.
Yeah.
They feel a lot more natural. So it's taken them like 3 seasons, but we've kind of
Found a groove.
they've hit this groove, but all of a sudden, like, Bob Saget, like, they've all moved back to
Into
San
that
Francisco.
house?
Not to, well, Bob Saget did, because he came back and he decided he didn't have to audition for Wake Up San Francisco to get the job.
He just assumed.
He just assumed he would get the job,
Oh.
so he didn't get the job.
Oh.
So he was living with his daughters. So, like, part of the episode was like, oh my god, like, Dad's on a Costco run again, and he comes home with, like, a table full of stuff, and they're like, like, you can stop doing this. We have enough toilet paper to last till the end of time. And then he's stocking all the shelves, because Danny Tanner's that neat freak, so everything has to be, like, just so sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then he does the nice thing where he gives, like, fatherly advice to multiple people in one episode, and you're like, this feels... And even, like, one part, they're self-referential with the funny stuff. There's a guy that comes in, the ex-boyfriend, because him and DJ are having, like, issues because they're both vets who have competing veterinary clinics that are 2 blocks away in the one episode.
Yeah.
And they're kind of squabbling like young people, and he comes over to, like, have at it with DJ, and Bob Saget's, like, Danny Tanner's the only one there.
Yeah.
So Danny's like, let me sit you down, we'll just have this discussion. And they're sitting down, he goes, this isn't the right room, and all of a sudden it just pops and they're in the kids' room again. And he's like, this is where I give my best advice. And he proceeds to,
That's
like...
a weird cut.
It was the weirdest cut, but it was essentially like, instead of walking him upstairs, they just did the fast cut to him sitting on the bed and Danny sitting in, like, the chair that's too small for him, and he doles out fatherly advice, and you're like, yeah, this feels more like Full House. Yeah. So we're on, like, the 3rd episode of the new
Did they
season.
ever reference Michelle?
Yep. So, what was it? I think Uncle Jesse was visiting Michelle or something for... Or no, Danny was visiting Michelle for Christmas. That's why he wasn't in the Christmas episode. Because they said it's like... They kind of threw, like, well, where's your dad and all? Oh, no, that's what it was. Usually Dad gives this toast, but since he's visiting Michelle...
The one right off line,
And they stopped, like, because the first season it was legitimately like, where's Michelle? We don't know. And they all look at the camera, like, break the fourth wall sort of thing. At this point, they're just like, Michelle's not here.
Yeah.
No biggie.
One day.
And one day, maybe you might get the Olsens back for something.
Or just a Olsen.
Or a Olsen. If it helps, their sister has said she's not doing it. Because they tried to get Elizabeth Olsen to do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She's
And she's like, that's not my character. Like, no.
No. Yeah.
Too big of a star.
And essentially, I'm sorry, but, like,
I'm
Elizabeth Olsen
doing-
is a little too big for that now.
I'm doing Marvel movies. I'm good.
I've been doing some Planet Coaster, so I've been actually working on my park. I've got 5 episodes up on our YouTube channel.
Go watch.
Yeah.
So go watch those. They have released an update for the game, the Magnificent Ride update. It was delayed the other day. They finally there was a major bug, so they didn't release it on release day.
Good for
because
them.
they're
Good
like,
for them.
oops. And they're like, sorry.
They did it again.
So yeah.
Yeah. And then Britney Spears comes out.
We did that the other night.
Yeah.
But this had chairlifts to the game. Like, it was just ride DLC. Because their last thing they released was the Theme Maker's Toolkit, where we can make our own assets. So this one, they're like, screw making assets. We're just going to give you, like, 12 rides. But the rides take so much programming that 12 rides is a ton of rides.
Oh, damn.
And the details in them that they're showing off is insane, and they leave them mostly unthemed so you can do your own stuff with them. But, like, even the drop towers, you can see, like, as the weight is going up, like, this is doing this and the chords are doing that, and on the chairlift you can see like
Wow.
the gears
The
doing
gears,
what they're supposed to be
Everything,
doing.
all the mechanics working.
Yeah, pretty cool. But either way, there was a game-breaking bug, so they delayed it. Some morons complained.
But
You shouldn't have given a date for us then. It's
but
like
it's free deal.
it's not free.
Oh, it's not.
It's paid DLC.
Okay.
You can't pre-order it though, so it's not like someone paid the $15 for the DLC and then didn't get it that day.
Mm-hmm.
There were the morons that took the day off
To try and.
to be like, I'm gonna be able to put this in my park, and it's like,
That seems like a waste of a day off.
Yeah.
anytime you take a day off for a video game, it's not gonna go well
No.
unless you're lining up to legitimately like go get a system.
Mhm.
There is no point to taking the day off. That's like people who take the day off for World of Warcraft expansion days.
I did that for Metal Gear though, but that's. I did that, but that's.
But you knew it was out.
Yes. DLC is a different story.
DLC is a very different story.
Yeah.
But that's like booking a day off when they announce, like, you know, the next Uncharted movie. You're like, I'm going to be the first in line taking off this date.
Or I'm gonna sit in my underwear, buy a ticket, and
Waiting
then
for
head-
Death Stranding to come out.
Death Stranding. Metal Gear is Death
No
Stranding.
New Mutants.
Yeah.
Metal Gear is New Mutants.
But yeah, so Planco, I've got 5. With this update, we did get a free update that did a bunch of bug fixes and just quality of life improvements and that kind of stuff, so it's making building a little bit easier. But so far, I have, in the streams, I have built a gift shop that just looks like a gift shop. I didn't try anything fancy with that one. A bakery that's made out of gingerbread. A theater. I did a movie theater. I have done a newspaper shop, which is actually an information booth.
How does it? You don't need newspapers in a theme park.
No, so I put it. It's an information booth. So it's where you go for information.
But it also looks like a newspaper.
But it looks like a newspaper building because main streets aren't supposed to just be like, hey, information over here. It's supposed to be themed.
Do you not?
So I've themed everything, and I've done a diner that sells burgers and milkshakes. So I've got 5 buildings so far. Once I do my 6th
episode.
Yep. Okay. Once I've done my 6th building, I'll have finished one side of the street, and I have
The other.
5 more buildings on the other side of the street to do. So, one of them has to be a toilet. It's going to be super exciting. I can't wait.
Giant toilet.
Well, again, the toilet in the game is legitimately just a block that you place into
Oh, it's like
a
a.
facade. But
Okay.
I have to figure out what I'm going to make the toilet look like.
You can look like a
You
jar.
are popular.
Yeah, man.
Oh, it's from my fam.
Oh, there you
Maybe
go.
I should.
I was going to say, if you need to go talk,
Okay.
like, go.
I will be back.
Burb.
Okay,
Burb.
Terminator.
Burb. Cool. Planet coasting.
Skinny up.
Earthquake. Earthquake.
Planet Coaster, so if you want to actually see what I'm doing, you can actually check that out, because I've been streaming it. NHL 18, I've played a couple more games.
And I hear it's like hockey.
It is like hockey. My biggest thing with that game
I hear it's
is
hockey.
What's this hockey thing?
it is hard not to get penalties.
Is that
What
a
are you
thing?
doing?
Are you punching people? Stop quarter circle
What are you
punching.
doing?
It's the wrong game. Wrong game.
I have the most penalty minutes in
What
the league right now.
penalties?
Okay, my first playthrough of the character that no longer exists, tripping all the time because
You gotta time your poke checks.
I know I got better at it. So now I don't my
Poke
poke check.
checks?
Poke check. You poke the puck with your stick.
Oh, is that illegal?
No, it's if they trip over your stick. It is.
Which is can be super easy.
Yeah,
depending
'cause
on how
you
you
just
get
hold
your
the stick.
Yeah.
But then if okay, all right.
So either way,
all right.
My poke
all right.
checks are solid now. My biggest issue with the game is I'm getting like elbowing penalties and that kind of stuff. So when I go in for the check, the game is but the game's like either way. I've got the
So-
most hits in the league right now.
Put your discipline up.
But so how does that work? Like, you elbow checking in a video game?
Elbow
like,
checking.
do
You just go for the hit and it just.
Yeah, as soon as you go like with the check, if your elbow's in the wrong place and you connect,
No.
How do you-
It
how do
does
you-
it randomly.
it does it. It's a random thing.
It's an RNG.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
So elbowing, I mean, I've gotten a couple charging penalties, and
But charging is easy to get.
charging's super easy to get because you're just skating at the guy, and all of a sudden it's like he's got the puck and boom, and it's just like charging, and I'm like,
I've got a couple hit from behind.
I've got a couple of those too. That's what I mean. Like I go in for a basic check that I don't think is bad,
Yeah.
and I
and
end
you've
up,
killed the guy.
and I end up getting a penalty for it, and it's like, oh man. I've also gotten a lot of penalty minutes for fighting in fights that I don't instigate because I'll get a big hit,
Yeah.
and the guy comes to defend there,
Which is hockey. No.
which is hockey.
It's just
So-
you make it
Well,
sound
it is now. It's
The problem is I made it so I wasn't really good at fighting. Like I can hit people really hard.
So does that mean other people get penalties on you then because you instigate a fight but you don't?
no, he
Well,
isn't
no,
he's not
I don't
instigating a fight.
instigate. I just
hit
so I
it.
hit the guy and then another guy comes and it's like throws down and you have to defend yourself. So you throw down and I get them to about half health and then they clobber me into the ice and then we both get 5-minute penalties.
But they get 2 for instigating.
And they should get 2 for instigating, but they don't, even though they're clearly instigating the fight. So either way, NHL 18. I have subsequently also started posting on Facebook again, but apparently my first post back pissed people off. So
He's
I
done.
clearly
He's
said
done.
I clearly said pancakes. And every response to that thing, everybody was expecting my dog.
Yes.
It clearly had an S at the
I know.
end.
I know.
We were expecting a pancake on top of pancake.
That'd be great.
So then I posted a picture of my dog. So
Pancake
things
eating
started going
pancakes.
better. But
We were expecting pancakes on top of pancakes.
I guess so. But yeah, the first, like all the responses, it's like our friend Emma was like, I was expecting your dog. And then Graham's like, I was also expecting your dog. And I'm like, well, screw you people. I'm going off of this social media again. And then
No, don't go back in there.
Battlefront 2.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
I still haven't done a single thing.
I
yet.
have maxed out my assault character is
I
now
can tell
max
you about
level.
I'm assuming you pew pew.
There's a story to it.
Pew pew with the story.
I pew-pewed pretty hard. My assault guy is now level 70. That is the max level.
Huh.
Now all I have to do
Yeah.
is unlock all of his gun pieces and I'm done. So I started playing as a specialist the other day. So a sniper, depending on what map we were on. And also just switching over to heavy depending on what map we were on. By the way, if you were wondering what was under the table,
Oh well.
This thing.
It's a pancake.
if she'd sit there the whole time, she could be part of the conversation, but she won't.
She'll just
You're
sneeze.
petting me now.
Yeah, she's like, I am enjoying this.
No, Tony's petting me.
She's still enjoying it.
I'm getting double pets.
My double pets.
A pet through a pet.
A pet in a pet in a pet in a pet in a pet. I subsequently also watched a bunch of Christmas movies. So The Grinch, like the original Grinch, that kind of stuff.
Oh, speaking of Christmas stuff, I watched the seasonal Nailed It episodes.
Oh, yes.
And they are just as disastrous as before.
As
Yeah, I would
before.
assume so, yes.
They're just as disastrous. But they did experiment with the last episode.
Ooh.
They, instead of Nailed It, it was Nailed It, the Make It edition. And they were supposed
Is
to
it naked?
make it.
Make
Oh,
it.
Make
I
it.
heard
Make it.
naked edition.
It's not that kind of show.
Wow, that show escalated quickly. No, instead of
my
desserts
head
they were
did.
making, they were making ornaments. They were making like hardware stuff.
Oh, they were crafting?
They were crafting
That's
things.
weird.
It was a little different, I will say. I don't think I liked it as much. So
Battlefront's still a fun game. You can get it right now for like $5.
you can, yeah.
It's like it's gone stupidly cheap on a couple systems. I'm not sure. If
Is
it's
it?
on
It's a
PlayStation
race
now.
to see if Battlefield 5
Well, no,
will
the
be
more, the more
lower
people
in
that buy
price.
it, the more people we can play against.
Well, and here's the funny thing is on Reddit, someone was talking about it, and it was legitimately like my friend was still refusing to buy it because of what happened at the beginning, all the launch stuff, and all the all the launch
all the
problems
launch
seem to
problems?
have gone away.
More or less, yeah.
They've really water.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Coffee water. They seem to have fixed most of their issues, and the develop. It's my side.
But I see it. It offends me.
Just put it on.
Don't use the magnet.
It's a good idea.
No, I was covering it. I wasn't using it to dry.
I'm not drying. I'm spreading.
Anywho.
I don't think you know how magnets work.
Either way, so yeah, Battlefront has been fun. We've been trying out some new modes. We did Starfighter.
Yes, we did.
Space pews.
Did we talk about that last week? Spaceships?
We haven't played that.
I know, because we tried getting into some modes and they weren't working. So
We played Blast.
we played Blast. That's
Which
the
we
new one.
really were not very
No.
good at.
What's Blast?
That's not us.
Deathmatch.
Oh, that's all it
Like
is.
50 count, kill, first one to get to 0 wins.
Oh.
And it's teams of 8.
Yeah, so that's we could all do it, but that's half the team. That's not a good thing.
I think the biggest problem with the deathmatch one was legitimately our team was just moving around without being a team.
I don't think that was the issue.
Because the other team was
I'm
actually...
so used to dying
That's
as
true.
much as I want to die. Now I have restrictions. So I
You
have to
can't
be-
tell me what to do. You're
So
not my
I
supervisor.
have to be more careful.
There's an officer behind you, like, yes, I am,
Yeah, the officer has to stand behind me the entire time
and heal.
and heal me.
We don't heal, we buff.
But you heal me.
All right,
Because you
Bard.
give me more health.
Yay, bards.
Well, I can also reduce the cooldown of your healing.
That's the good thing to do because I need that big gun.
I know there was one map where we were playing. There was an officer that was pretty much that's all he was doing was spamming that. So I'd launch my grenades. My heavy has like a grenade launcher thing that launches 3 grenades. I think. I think that's the
No,
one.
we
Yeah.
don't.
Funk, funk, funk.
Heavy,
No.
no.
Yeah. No. There's one of your cards changes your.
Oh, cards. Yeah, I
R1.
don't use that one. No.
Yeah, I use that one so I can funk, funk, funk. So there's 3 grenades that pop out and explode, plus that grenade, plus then it's like the sentry gun thing, and then all of a sudden the officer behind me is like, and you get them all again, and I'm like, yay, explosions and guns.
Just like real life.
And then by the time that's used up, he's like, again, and I'm like, okay.
Go, go, go!
Yeah. Last was not for us.
Blast was not.
Well, I mean, I had to get the
We
trophy.
won the one.
Eventually, we'll get the trophy.
Yeah.
Had to get it.
No,
Is
it
a
was.
multiplayer trophy for you.
Yes.
Um,
I'm hitting a lot of those, so.
but in all honesty, like all the modes have been fun.
Yeah.
Starfighter.
Starfighter took some.
Starfighter takes a lot of getting used to because the controls are massively different.
As
Because
long-
you're now in a spaceship. But
As long as it's not like Warhawk controls.
Right joystick controls where you're turning. The left one controls how fast you're going and your tilt.
there's the so you can barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll.
Barrel rolls like
I
that.
know you can do those too.
Okay, so real.
You can do a
barrel.
Star Fox barrel roll or a real barrel roll. So either way, yeah, that's all I've been up to other than making pancakes. I made over 100 pancakes the other day, not dogs.
Life
actual
experiences.
Life experience. It was
You
very meditative.
experienced making 100
pancakes.
Pancakes.
That's why I said.
All the
We just don't
doggies.
talk
No
about
dogs.
games.
All
and
the
movies.
doggies.
Life experience.
Life experiences. I sat there and made 100 pancakes. Now it's funny because my waffle maker has an attachment in it where it's got so you click the plates in, and the top one's flat, and the bottom one has just 4 little divots.
Mhm.
So you pour your pancake batter into the divots and close it, and then it dings, and you open it up, and pancakes are done, and you have like uniform sized pancakes.
Yes.
So I take them to work, and everybody's like, "These are all like perfect because
Perfect.
they're all the
The
same
same
size.
size.
They're all perfectly like cooked on
You
each
should have just
side."
went with it.
And I'm like, I know.
I need to
See,
get some of those
that's why you
attachments. Are
were
those
Rudolph.
expensive?
I don't know.
The-
It came
the
with the
plates.
waffle
That's
machine.
why you were Rudolph.
That's why I was. I know. Arrogant.
You led the
You
way.
arrogant SOB.
Hey, I won Best Actor. I wasn't acting.
Plot twist. It was me. It was
It was
me.
me all the time.
I get to say what real Terry's thinking about all the time.
Lineup Terry gets to say what real Terry's thinking.
Scary Terry's real.
Yeah, scary Terry.
I'm gonna miss the farmer's market. This is taking too long.
No. So yeah, no, that's yeah, I was just like, yeah, I know I'm great. What up? But yeah, I made over 100 pancakes to feed people, so that was fun. There's a picture on Facebook.
Tower of cake.
Not
That he's not gonna do anymore.
I'm not gonna do it anymore because people just want pictures of my dog.
Isn't that what the internet's for?
Pictures of dogs.
And
Internet is
cats.
for
Pancakes.
porn.
Apparently, my one cousin at our last family gathering was like, "You don't post anymore," and I'm like, "I know." So then now that I'm posting on Facebook again, I'm like, "Here's a picture of my face," and I directly put her name in it, and she's like, and she was happy about it. One of my old coworkers was not happy about it. Stop encouraging him, I believe was what he wrote.
I read that conversation.
I've got 2 weeks.
Facebook away.
Hold on, guys. I'm doing it now.
Oh.
Oh yeah, doing it live.
Selfie. Do a selfie live. Hold on.
Photobomb.
Hold on.
How do you post things to Facebook again?
Oh god.
Oh, what's on my mind? A photo.
You've got a strange mind.
Allow access. Look, it's been a
Oh, he's
while.
not even ready yet.
I'm working on it. Oh, that's them. Switch camera.
I don't know which way he's going.
Hold on. Do it again.
Too late.
No. It's never too late.
Comment photo bomb. That's yeah, essentially.
Do it. Do it.
I'm tagging my
So
cousin
yes,
again.
that's you.
Yeah, that's me. I'm done.
That's you.
Yeah.
Continue
Well, I
on
will
without me.
elaborate on the Battlefront.
Yeah, go for it.
Pew 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 pew.
Yeah. I die a lot.
That's what the VR suit's for.
I'm not doing that. I'll just die in real life. Having a heart attack from getting shot so much.
Pew 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 pew.
Well, because all I do is play as heavy. That's all I do. I've been getting better though.
You've been getting yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was times where we were like up here.
Top notch.
Well, no, I haven't cracked the top 5 like some
No,
people.
not up that far, but
But I'm getting there. It feels like
someone had their picture
No.
on the scoreboard.
it was you a couple times.
Yeah, you had fifth place a couple times.
No, I was even saying.
Alcohol helps.
I don't know what I was doing.
I said to you the other night, though, you feel you're doing a good game, but then you look at the scoreboard.
Okay,
and
now
it's, huh?
to be fair, those matches we were doing really well. Because
It's
like
our team was.
I think it's more than just getting kills, though. It's more like getting
Play
objectives.
the
It's
objective.
playing the
Play the
objectives, playing your role, doing
if you're the
your thing.
officer, heal people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
If
like
you're heavy-
officers have extra points going because it's like if they buff 12 people in front of them, they buff 12 people in
Yeah.
front of them.
And then they get additional points by scoring, so it's a trickle
And then
effect.
people jump into the vehicles and start blowing people up.
Yeah.
Especially on
Geonosis,
the other one,
crate,
that one.
salt.
Yep,
Pew pew.
pretty much.
I got really good with the sniper on that one. I was
I
having a
love
lot of fun.
I love the sniper rifle.
I don't like the sniper just because it
Oh,
takes
it's
more than
pink.
one headshot to take him down.
No, it does not.
It does because I'm aimed at the head.
I have got them in the head and they have died.
Nice setup.
Thanks. It's fake. I mean,
Hey, we're here.
It's all real.
This is a real television.
stop getting fingerprints on
This
it.
is a
There we
real
go.
hat.
This is a real hat.
Do we know that from there?
So
Sure.
we had PJ day at work, and I wear PJs and a robe, and then I put a hat on, and they're like, "You sleep in a hat?" And I'm like, "No." But
Sometimes.
if you want to see what I actually sleep in, I'm gonna get fired. So I'm giving you my Sunday best because when I wake up, this is what I do. So the reason I wear a hat most of the time is because I am too lazy to do my hair.
No, see, we had a PJ too.
You're welcome, internet.
We had PJ Day too.
Yeah.
I forgot about it. And I just dressed normally, and that person walked along with it. That's very appropriate for your classroom. Like, yeah, because we fall asleep.
Yeah, no greens. There's no green screen.
No green
Not at all. I'll just look. I'm tired of not looking.
It's a new person.
Dunk, dunk,
It's
dunk.
green. I mean,
Yes, it's a combination.
there's a real TV. Watch it
Oh.
does things. See, changes channel.
Yes. Who has the clicker?
I do. It's right
I
here.
am the clicker. Look at me.
Yes. Other than multiplayer, I have worked my way through the single player for Battlefront.
Oh!
Only one of them is real.
You can choose one thing to be real.
If it helps, Jake, I have that fear in my head constantly.
Yes.
All the time.
And who is the one thinking all this up? And who is fake? I blame Pancake.
It's all the dog.
It's all the dog.
Someone's petting me. And I even worked through the DLC that they had.
Oh, for
The free DLC
Yeah.
that they went through.
Yep.
That one takes place in between 7 and 8.
Oh, okay. So first order stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
It elaborates on it because 3. The one that goes after 3 takes its
4.
takes its order, goes through the story.
4.
No, it's not quite 4. Or 6. No. 6.
That was good. Yes.
One that comes after 6.
Yes.
7.
Yeah. Which is kind of the DLC, actually.
Because yeah, Battlefront 2 was supposed to actually.
It adds to the story.
It was supposed to connect to. Yeah, it was
But it
supposed
does.
to. Actually...
It kind of, apparently, I've kind of looked up after it. It does explain something happens at the start of 8.
There you go.
So,
Thanks, Jake.
which I wouldn't have really even.
Jake's the greatest.
Do it. Do it. Do what he says. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Jake, we're gonna have
Do
to
it.
make you like a mod or something.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Yeah.
Let your hatred consume you.
And I just didn't get to shoot in that. It wasn't pew pew single player. You do get to.
Vum vum.
And
Who do you
pew
play
pew
as?
and whoosh whoosh.
Who do you play as?
That's a spoiler.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't tell you.
Is it Qui-Gon Jinn?
Yes, Qui-Gon Jinn in
And
right
then-
after number 6.
Sold.
I
thought it
hell
was
with him
after
being in the
4.
actual multiplayer game.
He should be in the multiplayer game.
I want him.
I did unlock Grievous.
That's what I'm waiting for.
I have
I-
Grievous
I
and
did
Obi-Wan
too,
now.
I'm waiting for my Liam Neeson.
They announced the voice actors for obviously Anakin and Dooku.
Mhm.
Surprise, surprise! They're the guys from the Clone Wars show.
Surprise.
Oh,
Yeah.
not-
And
not
Anakin's gonna be a good guy, which has
Can we play as
People
child
think
Anakin?
no.
No.
You get Clone Wars. You're essentially getting Clone Wars Anakin.
Why not?
I think he's just into pod racing. And that's
So?
about it.
Now this is pod racing.
So what?
Like he's
Oh, and you can't kill kids in video games. It's illegal in most
Yeah,
countries. So
yeah.
that wouldn't. He's invincible.
First one to get him.
and pod racing.
You win.
Pod racing. And he just comes in a pod racer.
There's people online though that are mad that Anakin is not a bad guy.
But he's
Well,
not
he got
in Clone-
Darth.
It
In the
depends
Clone
which
Wars,
one you
he's
do.
really not.
Well, and that's the point. Is they're going?
Yeah.
We're going Clone Wars Anakin. You're not getting the
He's not
end of
there yet.
episode. You know, the end of episode 3.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Number systems.
Yeah.
4.
I figured it
5.
out.
Sound off. 1.
I thought it was a
Was I
race to
next?
You
say
guys
the
are
big.
bad at this game.
Was I next?
I don't
I thought it was
know.
a race to say the biggest number.
No, the game is actually you can't say it at the same time, or you have to restart. So 1,
5.
3.
4.
10.
5.
Tony's
Well,
bad.
Tony's bad. Tony's bad at this game.
Really bad at this game.
16.
Liver AIDS and hearing herpes. You're welcome. Yeah.
No. Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
That's what we do.
I did play a little. Let's go. Not much. I'm in Lavender Town.
There's ghosts there, I hear.
I don't know. Am I supposed to go find the
Spooky.
scope again?
Yeah, you need the silver.
Where?
In the Team Rocket headquarters, underneath the game place
Oh.
that you can't play.
Guys
games
wandered
in.
up into the tower, anyways.
Yes,
you
they
can.
took gambling out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Yeah, you need a silk scope there.
I didn't even need gambling. Like, just give me like a puzzle game or something in there.
Nope.
Something fun, like a
Nope.
mini game.
Nope. Gambling is illegal for kids.
Just game coins that you put into a game.
Nope.
Like
But
No.
I do have a question though.
12.
For like a
18.
cadaver, do I need to trade?
Yes, you do.
Yep.
Wait,
We can
what?
do it.
Fine.
Dingy, we can do it online.
Yes.
I know.
Like legitimately, while we're waiting for Battlefront one night, we'll just trade Pokemon.
It takes like 5 seconds.
yeah, we done
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
we've
do I
done
have to
it.
go somewhere special?
No,
It was like a menage a trois.
Yeah.
you just hit a button. You just hit a button. It's in the
Remember?
menu.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
like it's basically like the 3DS ones.
Yeah, Brian and I were like,
Oh,
let's
okay.
try this one night. Trade these, done.
I'm always tempted
But
to
I'm
be
the only
like,
one with
turn into
Pikachu,
Barry. Turn into Barry.
Yeah, don't trade with him. He's a jerk.
It's so tempting.
Yeah, I have a
You
shiny.
need them. The
Shut-
ones I give you. I have the Pikachu game.
Yeah, don't piss him off. He's got the other version.
We have Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I can't find them in that game, so
Yeah,
I'll just rely on him.
I have the 3 you need.
I'll transfer them into your game, and I can get Meltan box.
Yeah, you can.
Actually, I can do my own Meltan box. I can do my own Meltan box. Thank you very much.
But yes.
Oh, speaking of which, as a PSA, if you guys should get your Meltan box by the end of Monday
I'll get right on that.
because
Not
it's,
gonna
it's double candy catching right now,
Yeah.
and Meltan requires 400 candy to get into Melmetal.
So,
I still don't have a Gyarados.
You can get
Me
100.
neither. I'm waiting for that thing
Just
to
to
pop
give-
up
in
on
you should
the
case-
just probably
thing.
just turn on Adventure Sync and walk.
Yeah.
And
No.
does that help open gifts?
It's just gifts. Poke, poke, poke. Hold on, I'll go. No, I won't because my battery's low.
Pokemon, let's go.
Yeah.
Pokemon, let's go.
So, dabbled in that for a bit last night. So
Then we played Star Wars.
last night.
Nope, that was the night before. Yeah,
Whatever
they're all blending in now.
Yeah.
And then I just caved because I'm spending money on my credit card anyways. So I did buy Super Smash.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Everyone is here now.
now we can finally settle all
Every-
disputes with the Smash.
It's just Snake.
I've unlocked all the characters, so
I haven't had a
when
chance
we
to-
play
I
after.
unlocked one.
Boy, howdy.
I unlocked one.
Simon Belmont. Simon Belmont.
Also, remember, guys, so you
wins all
should have
disputes.
this too, because I believe it's if you did you have to pre-order it, or is it just in the first little while Piranha Plant?
Piranha
I
Plant.
have it, I think.
Well, no, because you can buy it right now until I think.
It's until a certain date,
Yeah,
right?
I thought
to
it
get
was
them
a
for
certain
free. You are emailed a code.
Did you buy it online?
I
or
didn't
did
get a
you...
code
Yeah,
emailed.
So whatever email that you guys
Check
used
your
to
email
yeah.
for Piranha Plant code.
Yeah, I accidentally
Oh,
deleted
no.
mine and I had to sift
No,
it out.
I still have them. I still have the email.
So yeah, just redeem that code and you can delete that email.
Yeah, I had to search through my emails because I get so much stuff from Nintendo.
They sent it out like right after you bought it too.
yeah, I got two
Some of
thank
them
you.
did, yeah.
Oh, I might have. It's probably gone.
No, you just search your trash. It's fine.
Yeah, I unlocked Lucharo.
Lucario? Lucario.
Lucario.
That one.
Lucario.
That one.
The
I
Pokemon.
tell you, playing as some of these different characters is really gonna bug me.
I think Palutena that day was my last one.
Mm.
It's really gonna bug me about playing as some of these characters. It's really weird.
Why?
I don't know.
You don't have to actually play as all of them.
To go through unlock people.
No.
No. You can play as whoever you want.
Yeah. It's more timing based. It's
Yeah.
a time thing.
So you can either play stock, like regular fights, and after enough button input, you'll have a challenger. If you play through classic, each character unlocks like 6 different characters.
Yeah, that's what I'm working through.
Yeah, but you can actually like play through as Mario 6 times.
I know.
Yeah.
I suck as Mario.
Well, then don't play as
Don't
Mario.
Mario.
I was playing
don't
as
play-
Yoshi.
They
Yeah.
play as Yoshi.
Really?
Yeah.
Impressive.
Why?
Because I hate Yoshi.
I like the jump.
I like.
Attack Pikachu spam all the way. Thunder.
Oh my god, thunder everything. Unless you're Pichu.
Well, that's what I was using for Yoshi. Is just slam an egg down.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
It's
His egg roll's good if you can control it.
I was controlling it for a while. Iffy. So yes, I did dabble in that.
Nice.
Other than that, I've been sleeping, so
There you
that's
go.
not much game playing. I did watch the live action Cinderella.
How? What? I still haven't seen that one. I've
Not
heard
bad.
good.
Not bad. I
I
think
can't
it's the
find
one
my
that
email.
started
It did. It was the first
Oh.
one.
I can't find it.
I don't know.
Um,
I'll figure it out later.
Well, and you can always email customer support. They'll send you one.
It was not bad. It was
I don't mind it.
Or they're talking mice.
The remake one?
the live action.
Yeah.
Live action
yeah.
Cinderella.
Yeah.
Is there talking
No.
mice?
No.
They're
Nick,
talking mice.
There's mice in there.
The mice are in there, but they
no,
are.
they gotta talk.
I like Gus Gus.
Gus, Gus.
Gus Gus.
Cinderella, Cinderella. La, 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 la.
There's a reason why I'm sure they didn't put him in.
Probably. There was no songs in it. There were no songs in
No
this.
bippity boppity boo.
She does sing
She
it,
says it,
but she
says
doesn't
it.
sing it.
And they
You
give the prince a lot more
That's where it
character.
got a little weird. I mean, it was
Disappointment.
very
That's what that
grounded.
face was.
They gave the prince a
But-
lot more character than I thought they would.
Because he
Yeah.
does have character, I think, in the actual Cinderella story.
So
I found it was very grounded up until it got to the
Mhm.
fairy godmother,
Yeah, well, yeah.
and then it got weird, mainly because it was the actress that played her, I think.
I remember the actual Cinderella story. Yeah, they didn't put that in a Disney movie.
No.
No.
there's some
It
weird
wouldn't.
sexual thing, wasn't it?
No, there's some weird
Well,
foot cutting stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they had to like shove the feet and then
Yeah.
Yeah,
cut
like
their
they-
toes
Yeah,
off.
they
That's right.
cut their one loses a heel and the other loses their toes.
yeah, and they
Yep.
like just to fit themselves
And the,
into
the
it.
funniest part is like they put the slipper on because it's a gold slipper, not a glass slipper. So obviously you don't see like the blood and the like gore coming out the
Yeah.
front until they pass like a certain tree, and all of a sudden he starts seeing like the blood coming out of the shoe, and he's like, "You're not my princess." So he takes the gross blood shoe and puts it on a different girl.
Nobody cleans it up.
I would
No,
hope so.
I don't think
Cleans it up. Yeah.
Your turn.
Lysol wipe, just a Lysol wipe is fine.
Yeah.
No, the fairy godmother was Helena Bonham Carter.
Oh, that's right, Helena Bonham Carter.
Yeah.
I think
That's I think why it weirded me out. It's just the way she was acting.
She can either be really, really good or really just too far and off the wall.
Yeah.
Like, I like her as an actress sometimes.
Kate Blanchett did a really good job as stepmom.
Kate Blanchett is amazing.
Yeah.
Really
I
good
will
job
watch
as
her in
stepmom.
any
She's-
film.
She is she's a treasure.
Like, I bought Ocean's 8
Because of her.
and Sandra Bullock. In all honesty, if those two made more movies together, I would watch
Yeah,
them all.
Ocean's 9.
I can't wait.
That's coming.
And Ocean's
Eventually.
10.
I
No.
know, and then I can't wait for Ocean's 14, or like we've talked about, Ocean's 1.
20, no,
Oh,
20,
Ocean's
20, oh yeah,
20
28.
some
You
odd.
want,
It's
you
an
want to
Ocean's-
combine them all.
It's an Ocean's 11 situation. It's 11-2.
No.
No, it's going to be 13 plus 10.
Yeah.
So you'd have
20.
Ocean's 23.
5.
Ocean's
Ocean's
23.
23.
They bring George Clooney back.
From the dead?
And we can't see.
Oh my god, we're frozen in time! You did this to me yesterday, dog.
What was my position? I'm gonna.
You're staring nicely at me, kind of provocatively.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Hold on,
Sorry,
guys. Let's
turn
change
on.
spots real quick.
Yeah.
Chinese fire drill?
Yes.
It's not racist.
Hey, we're back.
Hello! I know how to fix all the problems that the dog causes now, so
The
we're
first,
on.
First one
Oh,
is
yeah.
the dog.
Yeah,
The
first
problem is
step, dog.
I suggest watching it. It's not
It's good.
Yeah.
I've seen it too. It's fun.
I don't know why. I think it's just been a matter of like.
Because
I think
it kind of came under the radar. They never really.
No, they didn't advertise for it hard.
No.
I
I think
remember
if you went to the Disney store, they advertised for it fairly.
they did, and the poster was very because it was the glass slipper.
Yeah.
Same
They actually
thing
had
they're
the
doing
glass
with
slipper.
Aladdin with the lamp.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we forgot to talk about in the newscast. There was pictures from Aladdin,
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
but not blue genie.
not blue CGI genie. Just
Some
his
people have
regular.
already, obviously on the internet, CGI.
Yes.
that picture blue.
I do like him just as him though. With
Yeah,
the,
he's
It
not
would
bad.
But that's what's going to happen for most of it. Like if you think about it, you know, Genie did have like a human-esque type form.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
He had legs.
He did.
Yes, that's me.
Cool.
Cool. What do you have to?
I didn't do too much.
Played
Battlefronted. And then
Pew.
I watched some
It's not
movies.
Battlefront, it's Pew Pew.
Oh, it's pew pew.
Yeah.
Pew pew. Boom boom.
Star Wars.
It's Space Fuse. It's Space Fuse.
I finished. I was talking about how I started Haunting of Hill House. I
Yes.
finished Haunting of Hill House.
How is that?
Brian
Um,
liked it. He liked it last week.
Yeah, I liked
Is
it.
it-
I
is it
like
super scary?
More at the start. Well, it's
I need to
it's
see.
all subjective, right?
I guess
to
so.
who-
Is it
To
like
me, it's not as scary as It.
is it a thriller kind of scary or is it a jump scare kind of scary?
More of a creep.
Excellent.
Yeah, more of a creep.
I need to see that.
Yeah. Obviously, as you figure out what's going on, it gets less and less scary because you're like,
Oh,
oh, okay, well,
That's not as fun.
yeah.
How many episodes? I want to say 10 or 13.
Probably 10. That's
About
Netflix.
10. Yeah, it's
Okay.
about 10. All in all, though, I liked it. I
It's
thought,
good.
I thought it was good.
I heard it's one of those shows where it's you watch it the first time and then you watch it a second time and you go like, oh, that's the secret of this sequence.
Yeah,
So you can-
yeah.
There's hidden pieces in each scene that
Yeah, you
works
figure
better.
things out.
That works better the second time around.
Yeah.
Did you know the kid in the Sixth Sense sees dead people? The whole
Spoilers.
What?
If you watch the movie twice, you can see it the whole time.
What?
No one talks to Bruce Willis.
Except for the kids.
Spoilers.
The kid.
Spoilers. Where's the spoiler button?
It's not here anymore.
Okay.
Did we
I
talk
got it.
spoilers anymore?
That was a
Well,
good
it's
show.
not-
I liked it.
I need to see it
Screen.
still.
Hi,
Yes,
being on. oh,
definitely
you're
your
just trying
wife
to
would
get to
not
your
be able
boyfriend.
to watch this.
Earthquake.
Your wife would not be able to watch this, though. It is.
Is it
The
gruesome?
creep factor. No, the creep factor is
You're
there.
getting too big for this.
Yeah, you're not a lap dog.
Oh gosh, I remember when she was smaller.
She used to fit in a Kleenex box.
Yeah.
Are you the Kleenex box?
There, she's
Hi.
just replaced me on camera.
Yes.
Hey
Hello.
everybody, my name is a pancake.
Hello. Hello.
I watched Christmas Chronicles, the one with
I've heard much about Christmas.
Kurt Russell.
Yes.
Kurt Russell.
Oh,
Yes.
action Christmas.
Yeah.
From the director of Home Alone and Harry Potter.
Yeah. It was
Really?
fun. It's a fun movie, fun Christmas movie. Kurt Russell definitely has a different take on Santa. Well, this movie, I guess, has a different take on Santa.
Is the action? It's like explosions.
No.
Walking away
Why
from
not?
an
Is he very full of himself because he's Santa Claus? Is Rudolph really full of himself because he's Rudolph?
There's spoiler alert. There's no
I
Rudolph.
don't think that's
What?
how that works.
So Pancakes, what are your thoughts on this topic? She has not seen Christmas Chronicles,
Well.
but she does like the Fireplace Network, as she's changed our television in our room to it twice now.
Oh,
I got a
smart
kid
puppy.
I got a kick at our Christmas party or Christmas Day yesterday at work. We have a TV screen in our front area lobby, and they should not let the
can't even
nerds
get
control the
you
TV
off
because we end up putting Darth Vader Yule log
Yeah.
on work the entire day.
Oh gosh.
We had Darth Vader
You cannot
burning
go see Brian.
all day.
Excuse me.
It was
Just
great.
stare at him longingly, with love in your eyes.
The child actors in this movie, though,
Were they
aren't the greatest.
rough?
I
child
definitely watched it
actors.
for Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Well, yeah, that's how they spent their money.
Yes.
It was on Kurt Russell.
Yes.
Not child actors.
Or special effects apparently with the explosions of the Kurt Russell movie.
And then, yeah, the special effects obviously are, you can definitely tell they're special effects.
We're going to die. Oh,
One of
good.
us is
go
gonna-
that way.
Okay.
This is my home now.
My dog also thinks she's a cat, so
You-
My cat thinks she's a dog.
hey.
My-
They
cat
switch
think-
brains at some point.
My cat thinks she's a turkey.
That's
She sits and looks like a turkey.
Turkey's scary.
Oh, like with like the,
The
butt
back-
more up.
yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah.
does she. Our vet was kind of like, your dog sat weird the last time because we took her to this new vet, and she's like, I was really worried. I thought she was scared of us, or scared of me, because she sat down like with her paws really
Yes.
like she had scrunched herself into a corner. I'm like, that's how she sits. Like you go upstairs, she'll be sitting on the couch with her hands pretty much down at her
Like a
side.
human-
and her,
but
yeah,
I'm
she
a
tries to
It's
sit
the
like
hind.
a human.
It's the hind legs that come back up that look like the legs of the turkey.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I human too.
A human too.
It's worse when my
This
cat's
is how
orange.
we all sit on couch.
It's worse because my cat is orange colored, so it looks like a turkey. Turkey with a little tail.
Well, Christmas is right around the corner.
It
That
is.
sounds like it. Anyways,
Don't eat
Don't
your
eat your
cat.
cat. Don't say.
no, I won't cook that one.
Yeah.
What do you mean that one?
Should we be telling your significant other something?
What do you mean that one?
So I probably wouldn't watch Christmas Chronicles again, but if you're interested in a Christmas
is that a
movie,
movie or is that
It's a movie, isn't
It's
it?
a movie.
it's a
So
movie.
is this your worst movie then?
Worst movie of 2018.
A Christmas
No,
one.
I would. It's not my. Yeah, it's definitely not on my top 5 Christmas movies of time.
Of time.
The time.
Of
Time
time.
and space.
But interesting take on Santa.
Nice.
Cool. And then last night I watched Crimson Peak.
What's that?
It's the one by Guillermo del Toro
With
with Loki,
Tom Hiddleston.
Bobby from Supernatural,
Weird.
Alice from Alice in Wonderland.
I love how you're just naming
Actor, the character.
Not even
That's
the
how we
actors.
remember people.
Well, yeah, Jim Beaver, who's Bobby.
Good job. I like him.
Yeah,
Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston is Tom Hiddleston.
I can't. Well, I'm trying to think of
I don't know.
Alice's
I don't know that
Mia's
she's. Yeah, it's
mother-
a weird show.
Yeah,
It's
she's
a-
got
it's
a
an
like,
odd name.
yeah, she's
Slavic
yeah,
last name.
Very Slavic last name.
What? I don't remember. Guys on Pacific Rim. He's King Arthur.
Charlie.
Charlie Hun. Yes, he's on there.
If only there was like a website.
I did it.
If I could spell crimson, that would also help.
Obviously,
What
the,
is- what-
the actor who does. Sorry.
Sorry. Go ahead.
So this movie. Oh, the actor who does Abe in like Hellboy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
he's
yeah.
obviously in there doing.
Abe stuff.
Yeah, he's the ghosts. all
And he
that
works
stuff.
with Guillermo del Toro basically exclusively.
Yes.
Doug Jones.
Doug Jones.
yes.
Well, no,
Doug
he
Jones.
was the Silver Surfer.
Oh yeah.
He does mocap stuff. He was the mocap guy before Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis. Yeah.
Like Andy Serkis gets a lot of attention for that. Doug Jones was like the
yeah.
guy because it wasn't mocap. He got in costumes to
Yeah.
do stuff.
Yeah.
Like dude latexed up and motioned before Andy Serkis was all like, I will play around and they will replace me with CGI animation.
Yeah.
I'm a giant monkey now. Now I'm a smaller monkey.
Now I'm a hobbit.
It was a good
Now I'm
monkey.
a
Now
hobbit.
I'm a Smeargle.
It was a good one.
Smeargle.
Now I'm Smeagol again.
It's a good monkey.
And then he's Baloo.
Yes.
Baloo.
Yes.
And he's Dr. Claus.
Honestly, my favorite role from Andy Serkis since Gollum has been Ulysses Claw.
Yes. Yes. That's
Because
like-
you
I'm
see
sad
his
about
face.
that.
Legitimately, like it's the best acting he's done.
yeah. I think so.
He's got range, apparently.
You can act.
Yeah, he's a monkey.
He doesn't have to be behind a
Oh, sorry, I
laser
shouldn't call him
pointer.
Is that the one with James Franco? We're gonna get into this again.
You want to do this?
Oh boy. Which one's 2?
The one with not
You
James
had
Franco.
pictures of it.
I know.
remember?
There's pictures now. I'm good.
I don't remember what movies about the apes. I don't watch them.
They're good movies.
Rise. No. Dawn. Rise. Whatever the last
War?
one is.
War.
Noon.
War.
Noon of Planet of the Apes.
When movie titles start putting too many thes in a title, I get
It
confused.
didn't.
No, it
War
just
of
had
the
a different.
Planet of the Apes.
No, it was the beginning part that was always the change. So it was Rise to Dawn and then
War.
War.
War of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
is-
And as I said to him last week, start at number 3. It gives like a small little paragraph. With one word highlighted to signify which movie it is.
Then I complained that the movie images shouldn't just have Caesar on them. They should have like the characters in them.
They do for
human
2 of them.
character.
They do for 2 of them, which is good because the one with James Franco, I don't have to ever watch again.
It's a good movie though.
It is a
No,
good
that
movie,
one's
but
my
when I'm
favorite.
expecting the sequel and I'm like half an hour in going, this is the first one again.
How did you figure that out halfway through the
I
film?
know.
Because I keep thinking it's like a flashback for the first little bit.
That's a really long flashback.
It really is.
Oh, don't get him started on this, please.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Happened
so
last
Crimson,
week.
Crimson Peak.
Yeah. So if you don't know what this is about,
There's
It's-
ghosts in it.
yes.
Okay. It's a haunted house.
It's about a haunted. I wouldn't say haunted.
mansion. Sorry.
Haunted
it
tower?
takes from that.
Haunted Tower?
Haunted Town.
I think he's referencing it's not haunted.
It's Scaryville.
There's ghosts that are protecting a girl from having the same fate as they did.
Good ghosts?
Oh shit! I might have spoiled that.
No.
Is it drugs?
I'm not gonna remember.
Overdosing.
Is it drugs?
Is it the Frighteners?
Ooh, that was a good one.
Yeah, Frighteners was a good movie.
You know what?
Scared
been a
me,
while.
scared me as a kid.
I
Watching
did.
as an adult.
You know
much
what
better.
movie didn't hold up but was really good at the time was The Haunting.
Yeah,
You know?
which
Owen Wilson, Catherine
yeah,
Zeta-Jones.
Yes.
I actually like that movie.
That was a good movie.
If you watch it again
but it
now,
didn't stay
this-
true to the book. That's what was.
No, but if
what
you
was something?
if you watch it now, the CGI is just
Yeah, it's,
Oh, yeah.
it's dated.
brutal. It's
yeah.
like that one dated itself horribly. At the time, though, that was like that
was
was
good.
the movie where I was like
I enjoyed that movie.
under a blanket watching it, like this is so scary.
The concept was very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's actually what The Haunting of Hill House is.
Yeah.
Same basis.
I still
Does it
think
have Liam Neeson and Owen Wilson and
No,
Catherine
it does
Zeta-Jones? Well, I don't really.
But it
like
has
Catherine
their
Zeta-Jones.
characters.
And
but
that other
not their
main
characters.
chick that was in the movie. we never.
Her character's in it.
Eleanor.
All the characters are back in there, but just not.
Oh wow, wow, wow.
It's not those characters because it's
Okay.
actually how the book portrayed those characters. I think.
No Liam Neeson.
No Liam Neeson. No doctor. Whatever.
Not driving a snowmobile to take out them all.
Snowplow.
Oh, snowplow. Sorry,
Snowmobile is smaller.
Wait, no, that was what other movie? What, The Gray?
The Gray.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He was a wolf hunter.
Avenging someone, right?
No.
Yeah.
he
Or
just
no,
got-
defending himself.
They crashed, and he's
Yeah.
trying to escape the wolves that are apparently out for blood.
Because that's what wolves do.
They had the packs. They were super hungry.
Must have been.
Well, no, because it was Alaska because it was
Mhm.
they don't get a lot of food, so they have to go after the oil people.
What?
What a horrible premise for a movie.
Hey,
Wow.
when he knuckle
That's-
fights it.
When you wait,
at the
okay,
end.
knuckle fight, as
Yes.
opposed to what kind of fight? Kick fight,
Shoot
fight.
or yeah.
Shooting,
kick fight.
sword fight.
Liam Neeson fights a wolf.
I
Have
don't
you
know.
never seen this movie?
No, I
haven't
know
seen
this
it.
At the
movie.
end,
He
I
it's
know
not
this
a
movie.
spoiler, it's not a
He's taken
spoiler.
fights a
It's not-
wolf.
it's
I
not-
know this movie. I've never
br-
seen it.
okay.
I've seen.
At the end of it, it's not a spoiler because you got.
I don't care.
Doesn't think.
I know this movie.
He
you're
has
talking-
little bottles and he breaks them and it tapes them to his.
Yes.
and it
I've
starts
heard- I've-
fighting.
I've
fist
heard
fighting.
like Wolverine.
Yes.
He thinks he's Wolverine.
I'm Wolverine.
He fights. That's like
No,
the
it's-
alpha.
I'm Wolverine.
Nice.
It's a
Have
really
you not
bad.
seen that comedy sketch?
It's a really
No.
badass.
Oh, it's
scene.
two seals, and they're both like biting at each other.
What?
So like there's these two seals and
I've
they're
seen
playing
that.
back and forth, like so they're biting at each other's necks but not really biting. One of them's like, I'm Wolverine, rah! No, I'm Wolverine, rah! I'm Wolverine, I'm Wolverine, no, I'm Wolverine, rah! It's quite funny. It goes with the daytime nighttime bird.
Yeah.
Steve, Steve.
Oh, wait, Steve.
That's Alan.
Alan.
People named Alan hate that, by the way.
Yeah,
I know. I know a couple Allens. I know a couple
I know.
Allens.
They do. Can confirm.
Good movie.
I liked it.
Crimson.
Crimson.
It caught me.
Is it a newer film?
No, this is from like
few years
before
ago.
Pacific
Fairly-
Rim, like 2000.
2015.
IMDb.
No, I already did. 2015.
2015.
I've got it
Oh,
right
that's not
here.
that far away.
Soon to be 4.
2015, rated
Yeah.
R drama fantasy horror film starring Mia Wasikowska, which I'm probably.
Wazanowski?
It ends with an A,
Oh, Wazanowska?
so it's one of those like.
Wazakowska.
Yeah, Wasikowska.
Bless you.
Now I'm guessing her father's last name is Wasikowski, because that's how those names work.
Yeah.
Doug Jones, Jonathan Hyde. I've passed all the people we've already talked about.
Yes.
I'm on to weird people.
I
Charlie
liked it.
Hunnam.
It's a good.
Oh, and
That's what it
Jessica
is.
Chastain,
Yes.
the lady from that movie.
Molly's game.
I
Thank you.
agree. I've
You
seen
knew what
that.
I was going for.
That movie looks good.
Molly's Game?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Pretty good flick.
I'd see it.
I know my movies.
I was that was one of those ones where my wife wanted to see it, and I'm like, we can rent it. And she's like, we have a bunch of free movies, and I'm like,
Really?
I'd rather not do that.
and I'm like, really, you want to go to the theater? I'm like, we can go. Like, if you want to just go and get
Go and get
popcorn and do the
popcorn
whole
and
thing,
stuff.
like, we can go.
Go to
She's like,
Landmark
oh,
Cinemas.
no. Why? I don't pay for movies.
I guess so. But it's electrically reclining seats.
I don't need
So comfy.
It's a nice theater.
I don't need that.
We don't need it.
I need popcorn and pop.
Popcorn, yes.
And now when you buy popcorn and pop at Cineplex, they give you a free movie rental. So
Yeah, but,
But
you have
don't
to
you pay for that?
no. Well,
Also,
it's built
two-
into the price.
yeah,
That's
it's
Two
already-
already.
medium,
price, yeah.
2 medium pops and a large popcorn and a bag of candy at Landmark was $15.
I don't pay for that either.
Yeah, but that's comparatively speaking, it's like $30.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I don't pay for that either. But no, last time we were out, I bought popcorn and pop,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden I got home and they in my email it
You
was
get a free
like,
movie.
"You get a free movie rental," which we used to watch Crazy Rich Asians.
Which I should still see.
Have you not seen
I have
it?
not seen it yet.
I thought you did see that
All
one.
my other Asian friends went to see it. Even my parents went to see it before I
Oh
got
right,
to
that was
see
the
it.
discussion. Your mom really liked it.
Yeah, my mom loved that.
Yeah,
That's-
it's a great movie.
That's her Christmas gift. She doesn't watch this.
As he whispers it.
Is it just a Christmas gift for you at this point? Because you're the only one who hasn't seen it yet, apparently.
Go over and watch
She
it.
said she wants to watch this movie like 10 times.
Go
She
over
said this
and
is her
watch it
favorite
with
movie
her.
of all time.
It's a good flick.
I wouldn't say it's the all time.
No, but
good.
Well,
I
for
can
her
see-
generation, like she doesn't watch too many movies.
I was just gonna say, for someone who watches like romantic comedy type movies and that
Yes.
kind of stuff,
It's a romantic comedy movie disguised with an underlying realistic theme.
Well, no, it's I would consider it's a drama. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
drama
Oh, 100%.
with some funny parts,
yes.
which a drama's allowed to have. Like drama doesn't have to always be,
Yeah.
serious. Is it up for any
Drama's about
Oscars?
emotions.
I
I think so. Yeah,
don't know.
it is. I remember reading it was up for
Hold on. Yeah,
something
devices
like best
for-
comedy or something or.
That would
Is
be
that all
funny.
you did this week?
Yeah, keep going. Keep talking. He's doing
hold
internet
on.
research.
that is everything I've done this week.
Oh, all right then. Never mind. Crazy, rich, Asians, Oscars.
Everyone's checking it now.
Fact checking.
Represent an Oscars season dilemma? What?
Constance Wu did what no Asian,
Oh,
and
Pits
then
and Mirrors of
CNN.
the Storm.
And how was that?
Well, it was that new thing where you get there's the toys, where they made
You
some
got a
characters look
toy?
like toys.
Yeah, they've made some of the characters toys.
What's the spirit thing?
We'll
What?
explain it after in
Oh,
Super Smash Bros.
Smash Brothers?
Oh, okay.
So if you go through the
It's
the
like a
spirit
gem-
mode, you can add
It's like a
abilities
gem
to your
system.
character. Yeah, where you
Yeah.
add character
I don't
abilities.
like bus
Yeah, you
So-
need it for certain things in adventure mode.
adventure. Mode.
Like there's one
World
adventure,
of Light.
World of Light. There's one mode where like
Don't sing the song. Don't
the-
sing the song.
You said it. You brought it upon
You
yourself.
did. I wasn't gonna do it. I forgot. There's one level
And
where
there's
like
lyrics to this weird ass song.
that's what I did last week too. There's one where wind blows in from like the left and pushes you left,
Okay.
and then you also can't swim, and most
So
of
long
the
as they
levels
don't
are
stick in
water.
adventure mode, the spirits don't matter.
Correct.
No.
If you just play
No.
classic and like arcade mode, you're good.
Okay.
That's pretty much what I've been doing. I go into adventure mode, I play it for 2 seconds, and I go. Some of them are really fun. Like some
Yeah.
of getting around some of the
Yeah.
puzzles is really fun.
The Metal Gear ones are funny because it's like this guy's now all metal and only shoots rockets.
Yeah.
Because he's Metal Gear, get it?
He's Metal
It's
Gear.
Rob. He's Metal Gear, guys. He's the only robot in the cast, guys. Because get it?
Don't you understand?
So yeah.
Brian's just pulling stuff out of pockets.
I forgot this fell down my shirt. Full
That's a
sweater.
problem.
I was like,
What else are you going to pull out of your shirt?
Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, for the
That's for
post credit
later,
show.
after
Join
hours.
us Friday for our past cast.
We talk about our
28th.
movies and games and things we like.
And that will be the last cast of the year. So next Saturday, you won't find us here.
In
You
lieu
can-
of that, we're
Yes.
doing the past cast.
We're doing the past cast Friday, which I'll rebroadcast.
on
Do we have a
Saturday.
time yet for?
We do not yet have,
Do
a,
not have a
time. We'll figure that out because I don't know what everybody's doing for work and or
I get off work at 4:30.
so.
I gotta go off for it.
But
I don't work.
I'm going to
I
try.
also time off.
I'm thinking of calling in sick. Asians work. What?
That's why you're at the back of the table.
what?
Asian's still working.
The
What
white
time
guys
do you
are
work
off.
till?
4.
So
4:30,
5.
so 5-ish our time, which is mountain
Maybe.
time.
Yes.
Just bring a change of clothes or whatever. And
A very Merry Christmas to you, Jake. Thanks for bearing with us this entire
Happy
time.
Happy holidays
Yeah.
and Merry
Happy
Christmas.
holidays, Merry Christmas,
Hope
all
you
that other
guys
stuff.
have a good time off.
Yes.
Happy Festivus.
Happy Festivus. Good old
Okay, Seinfeld.
Richest comedian of the year.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
He's been beat by Kevin Hart once.
Oh.
and Kevin Hart ain't gonna
And
do
Kevin
anything
Hart's in
now.
a lot of trouble right now, so, woohoo! Either way, thanks for watching. Join us Friday for the past cast. We'll see you next year. If you're into the newscast and post-credit show and you're not going to watch the past cast because, whatever, but
You know, the past cast is basically one giant post-credit show.
it's a giant post-credit show.
Except we don't talk about what we played in the week. We just talk about what we played in the year.
Unless something comes out really quick here
Well,
that becomes my game
Spider-Man
of the year.
Or
my
or
movie.
if you watch
Mary
Spider-Man,
Poppins the game.
if you watch Spider-Man within the next week,
Yeah, that's true.
that could change.
I'm expecting to
Mary
like
Poppins.
Mary Poppins might become my
Friday.
biggest
This coming
disappointment.
Friday.
This Friday
The
at
28th.
around 5
The-
o'clock.
the
28th.
5 o'clock our time.
5 o'clock our time, which is mountain
Mountain
time.
time.
So,
Mountain Standard Time.
Just say MST. They
Yeah.
could be watching from India. We don't know.
so 6 o'clock Pacific. No, 4 o'clock Pacific.
4 PST.
4 o'clock Pacific,
four-
and then the other
7
direction,
o'clock
7
Eastern.
I'm
7
not.
o'clock?
I'm
No,
not
6
doing
o'clock
that.
Eastern.
I'm not doing
2
that.
hours.
If you're
You
going
guys
from
are doing
Ontario,
math.
it's 7.
It's too much math.
2.
I'm not doing this.
Yeah,
math.
we said 5, right?
Yeah, 5.
said
Seven.
16.
Oh, sorry, 7.
With 6, it's 6. 16.
7.
7:44.
I'm watching from Canada.
Where,
Where in
though?
Canada? We are also broadcasting from
I
Canada.
think he knows that already, though.
So, yeah, if you're Eastern Canada, 7
I don't-
o'clock. If you're West Coast, it is
7 or
4,
8.
4.
I don't know times, guys.
If you're Saskatchewan, I don't remember what time
Uh,
Saskatchewan is right
7
now.
or 8.
7. You'll be 7 o'clock
For Quebec.
for Quebec.
So,
I don't remember what Saskatchewan's time zone is right now.
It's
Yeah,
Saskatchewan.
Are
That's
they
is
the
off.
same or are they
They're
off?
6.
They're off, yes. They're
They're
6.
1 hour ahead.
They're the smartest province for just for that sole reason. No daylight
No,
savings.
they save a lot of money doing that. Anyways.
They do. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. We'll see you Friday.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
I don't know anything about time zones.